Hey guys, what's up? Good evening and happy International Creators Day. And I can see people here in our live session. So comment in our comment box so we can greet you and shout out to you guys. And thank you for hanging out with me tonight kahit sobrang late na since it's 11 p.m. But yes, our topic for today is all about content creation. And if you have any questions or recommendations sa setups or any doubts sa sarili nyo, you can comment it in our comment box and we will discuss it for tonight. So yun, I can see Kuya Tim. Hello, Kuya Tim. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in our live session. So, yun nga, sobrang tagal na bago ako nakapag-live ulit and di ko alam kung kailan yung last live ko. But, yes, eto, sabi ko, no matter what, I'll start the live tonight para ma-break yung ice. Kasi yun yung kadalasan na kailangan natin kapag tiyatamaan tayo ng katam, guys, katam. Alam niyo yung katam? So, yun. Kailangan natin i-start no matter what. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi natin masisimulan if hindi natin sisimulan talaga. Ano daw? Hindi natin masisimulan kung hindi tayo a-action or gagawa. So, I can see 5 people watching right now in our live session. Nabubulol pa, no? Live stream. So, get some coffee, guys. Coffee. And we will talk some YouTube journey, paano tayo nag-start, and you might want to grab your notebook and pen with you guys. I also have my EOS M50 right here beside me para if meron kayong mga question about camera, we can talk about it tonight. So, yun. Anything about content creation, pagiging content creator, about YouTube, we can discuss it for tonight. And also, I invited some of our friends from New York, San Diego, and Canada. I hope makarating sila. I sent some links and they might hop in later in our live session. So yun guys, kamusta na kayo? Kumusta yung week nyo? Kumusta yung... Grabe, since Holy Week, tapos after the Holy Week, then this week, parang sobrang bilis ng pangyayari. Talagang nag-break ako. Kung mapapansin nyo, may 2 weeks ata akong hindi nag-upload sa YouTube kasi ang daming nangyayari and parang feeling ko I don't feel like creating something and I just want to pause and be still kasi parang nafe-fed ako ng too much noise sa sarili ko kaya ayun, I decided to be calm, be still, and study some books, Word of God, and yun. So, yan, I can see Gabriel Altonaga. Gabriel Altonaga is in the house. Shout out naman dyan, Kuya Jeff. Gab, congrats to your silver play button. Yan. Congrats sa 100k subscribers. Grabe, Gab. Sobrang dami mong subscribers. Wow. Sobrang dami. Gab, if you want to hop in, just tell me in our comment section and yun, we will discuss. Nag-chat lang si Sir Andy. Hi, Sir Andy. Shout out to you. Napapos ako no? So, while drinking coffee, don't forget to drink lots of water kasi we don't want to be dehydrated. Kasi sobrang init ngayon, guys. No? Grabe yung init. Sabi ko nga, yung electric pan na naka-open kapag nag-work, naka number 3 na. So, yun, grabe. Sabi ni Nel, good evening, Nel. Si Nel pala yan, content creator din yan. Grabe yung editing niya. Grabe yung videos niya. Ini-imagine ko pa lang yung editing process and sobrang, sabi ko, meticulous, complex, and the message itself ang ganda. So, keep it up, Nel. And yun, lagi niya ako tinatawag na sir. Kaya sabi ko, kuya na lang, wag ng sir. Kasi pantay-pantay naman tayo dito. Yun, sabi ni Gab, mag-hop in daw siya in 10 minutes. So, Gab, just tell your story. When did you start? And inspire some people kung paano mo nakuha yung 100k subscribers. Hi, Sir Anby. Napapos ako eh. Ewan ko kung makikita Sir Playo, pero napapos ako. So, yan. Thank you guys for tuning in for tonight's live session. And, ayun, ang dami ko nang sinabi, no? Guys, just drop in your question if you have any, and we will answer it later on. So yun nga, kinikwento ko kanina, nag-stop ako for a while, then ayun, nilaunch ko yung productivity desk setup ko, and right now, I'm so happy with the result after the video nung after ko mag-break, and yun, kinuha din tayo ng CK MOVA na mag-review ng kanilang lapel or na kanilang lavalier microphone, which is right now, I'm using it. So how's the audio? Do you like the audio? Clear ba siya? And ayun, kung mapapansin nyo, ewan ko kung naririnig sa live, may naka-open na electric fan sa tabi ko na nasa level 1, number 1. Kaya medyo mainit pa rin. Grabe init talaga. Pagkatanghali, nagmamantika tayo guys eh. So yun, grabe init. And yun, the video after the productivity desk setup, nag-review tayo ng lapel mic, then nilabas ko yung review ko din about the Sihu M57. And for tomorrow, we do have another video about live streaming. How you will set up the Streamyard itself, which is right now, I'm using it. So, kung mapapansin nyo, and I'm using the EOS webcam utility together with my EOS R. So, kung tatanungin nyo yung mga gear, EOS R, may lavalier microphone ako, and I do have an audio splitter. Kasi, guys, kung mapapansin nyo, yung mga laptop na, ayun, game na daw si Gab. Wait lang, Gab. Kung mapapansin nyo, minsan yung laptop natin, isa lang yung jack. So, kapag sinaksakan nyo ng mic yan, minsan hindi niya nadedetect, lalo kung hindi TRRS yung 3.5mm output connector ng mic nyo or something na jack nyo. So, kailangan nyo minsan ng converter or the audio splitter itself, it really works. So, right now, I'm using the audio splitter para makonect yung headphone ko while using the lavalier microphone. So, you can use this to your screen recording kung naggagawa kayo ng mga reaction video sa laptop nyo mismo or other thing para clear yung voice nyo. So, hindi ako nagpo-promote right now, but I'm just telling you guys the use of this lavalier microphone. So, wait lang, Gab. I'll send the link to you sa Messenger. So, for some weird reason, I cannot copy. Ayun, there you go. Forward to Gabriel Altonaga. Ayan. So, magiging kakwentuhan natin si Gab ngayon, which is, yun, kakakuha niya lang, I think, ng silver play button niya, and sobrang nakaka-proud na kakilala mo tong taong to. And if you don't know Gabriel Altonaga, Gab is the videographer of Rans and Yana sa mga dance video nila sa TikTok. Kung napansin niyo yung HD quality ng TikTok dance video ni Yana last time, yung talagang, sabi niya, plus 1,000 quality ata ng phone recording yung caption niya sa TikTok. And yun, si Gab yung nag-shoot nun. So, here we go. There you go, Gab.
Hello.
Hi, Gab. Hello. Hi.
Hello,
How
guys.
are you? How are you?
Okay lang.
So, yun. So, right now is International Creators Day. So, as a guest, so, yan. Thank you for hopping in, and congrats to your 100k subscribers. Actually, may fast talk tayo ngayon, Gab. Joke lang.
Grabe naman fast talk.
Hindi.
I-swipe up ko lang.
Okay, go.
Para i-ano ko yung share yung live natin.
Go. Feel free to promote our live session for tonight. So, biglaan lang to, Gab. Kaya, I just messaged some of our friends sa Facebook, and sabi ko, kung free kayo, just hop in, makikipagkwentuhan lang tayo, grab some coffee, and just random kwentuhan. Oo, milk tea yan. Grabe, gabi-gabi naka-milk tea.
So, hi guys, naka-live guest ako ngayon with Jeff. With Kuya Jeff, and manood na kayo guys. Swipe up.
There you go, Gab Altonaga. So, how are you, Gab? How are you?
Okay naman, okay naman. Kaya mahirap nga lang ngayon lumabas kasi nga lockdown, ganyan.
Mhm.
Daming,
Napansin ko, ang dami mong ano, no, outdoor shoot last time. Grabe, bang sila Doggy.
oo, hawak ko na rin
Oo.
sila.
Sinut mo sila, no? Sila Micaela.
Hmm,
Yun, grabe. So, how's your content creation right now? Grabe, grinding ka din, eh, no? I don't know if weekly ka ba nag-upload ngayon?
ngayon, magta-try ko na talaga i-weekly kasi dami ko rin pending. Tapos, ewan ko kung nakita mo yung post ko na story na bumili ako ng main monitor na.
Oo. Nakita ko yon and nakita ko din yung recent vlog mo na tinag mo pa nga yung Canon PH and yung sa silver play button. Kaya sabi ko, grabe.
Papakita
Grabe
ko, wait lang.
Okay. Pakita mo. Sorry guys, nag-water break lang ako. So yun, Gab is a really good friend of mine sa Canon PH. Nakilala ko siya sa Canon PH and yun, nung masterclass. Alam ko lockdown din yun eh, nung last year. So kailangan niya gumawa ng video about masterclass. So yun, doon ko siya nakilala and right now, we're still connected and kung mapapansin nyo, nasa live stream natin siya. And yun, later, ikikwento niya kung paano siya nag-start and kailan nag-boom. So, ano yung mga naging inspiration niya to do the vlogs. So, habang nag-share
ng... yung share, diba? Ayun, share. More. Copy link lang, diba?
Copy link.
Copy.
There you go. Guys, if you have any questions sa ating sa live feed natin or sa live session natin right now, feel free to comment it in our comment box below. And shout out sa ating 7 viewers right now, kahit gabing-gabi na guys.
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in.
Hello guys.
So nasa replay naman to, kaya I don't want to have a dead air, kaya palagi sasalita. So, yun.
Ngayon, panay ngayong week ko, panay unboxing ako ngayon eh.
Oh, nag-ano ka ata eh, online Shopee or Lazada haul eh, no Gab?
Hindi naman. So, ayan. Abangan na lang nyo guys. And
Grabe, oo, yan yung
nag-thank
you ka, di ba?
So, meron sila ilalabas din na bago ngayon. Hindi ko alam kung kailan pa. So, ito guys, share ko na. So, ito.
Grabe, first time ko lang makakita ng kasama ko sa live na mayroong silver play button.
Silver play button.
Kung pwede lang hawakan, napahawak nga Gab. So yan, grabe. Congrats Gab, congrats to your
thank you.
Achievement.
Siyempre, di dahil din sa inyo, Canon Philippines.
Wow.
Maganda yung content natin, ginagawa natin palagi. High quality resolution photos. And output ng photos, di ba?
And yun, Gab, I noticed nagla-live stream ka din ngayon, no? Ng
kaya na ito.
Oo,
NXT.
yun. Oo. Member ka ba ng Next Play ngayon? O shooter? Alam ko nag-shoot ka sa kanila eh.
Pending. Pending na ako na magiging streamer na nila ng NXP.
Oh, nice.
So hindi lang photography, syempre gaming na rin. Gaming stream na rin tayo.
Since syempre, lockdown, wala naman masyadong ginagawa. And yun, Gab, gusto ko lang tanong, paano ka ba nag-start ng vlogging mo? Kailan ka nag-start and ano yung
2 years.
Para naging inspiration mo kung bakit mo gustong simulan yung vlogging?
2 years. 2 years ako way back 2 years ago. Iniisip ko noon, ang daming, hinawakan ko sila runs niya na ganyan. So, ako, nasa isip ko, parang nahihiya pa ako noon, parang ganyan. Tapos, sinabi ko, pinush na nila ako na, yun, try ko mag-YouTube, ganyan. Sabi ko, okay naman na, sige, try ko, phone muna. iPhone 5 pa lang ginagamit ko noon. Hello kay Sir Nel. Hello. Shout out. Ayun, pinush ko rin iPhone lang muna. Try ko muna. Tapos, ayun, tapos marami rin naman nag-support na friends ko or mga fanbase namin. So, yun, nagtuloy-tuloy na siya. So, in-improve ko lalo yung quality and contents na ginagawa ko ngayon.
Nice. kailan nag-boom? Kailan mo na first earn, kung maaalala mo pa, yung parang, di ba pagka new YouTuber ka, parang ang hirap makagain ng, hindi lang 1K subscribers kundi yung 1K na views sa isang video. Kailan mo na-achieve yun? Kung maalala mo pa, at anong video?
First video lang.
First video mo, nagka 1K video ka na. Oo nga.
2K
Ano yung
yata
video
ako
na
nun,
yun?
2K.
Anong video
2K
yun?
yata. Di ko na alam ang tagal.
And anong feeling?
Ano lang yun, parang fetics lang yun.
Anong feeling nung nakita mo na grabe nag-boom yung views?
Ito, parang haircut with Ranskell. Parang like 2 minutes or 3 minutes lang yung parang vlog na yun. Fast face lang naman.
Anong feeling nung nakita mo na grabe, syempre first video upload mo yan
Oo, syempre natuwa rin ako. Grabe, parang almost 2K, 3K views. Natuwa ako syempre. Uy, dami pala nanood, dami palang inabangan yung vlog ko, ganyan. Tinuloy-tuloy nila. Tapos nakita ko rin, syempre nakikita natin sa YouTube na parang tinapos yung watch time, yung watch. So tinapos naman nila. So nakatuwa lang din na pinanood nilang buong buo. So ayun, tinuloy ko na.
Okay. So tawag dito, kailan talaga yung na-feel mo na sabi mo, sarili mo, gusto ko talagang i-level up pa yung pagiging content creator ko, and kailan mo na-feel yun? Anong time? Kung may explain mo na, matetel mo sa viewers natin as inspiration lang din.
Inuunti-unti ko lang muna kasi syempre, kung kung mag-i-start ka pa lang mag-YouTube, syempre, or tatry mo pa lang mag-video sa sarili mo, syempre, nandun sa fact na na nahihiya ka pa. Sa camera or kausapin, ganyan. Parang ang pangit ko, ganyan. So, parang hindi ako motivate sa sarili ko na, hindi, magagawa ko to ng magandang output, magandang contents. And yun, wala na, parang nandun na yung passion mo, yung mahilig mo, masishare mo na agad.
Sino yung naging inspiration mo, Gab? Curious lang ako. Sino yung naging inspiration mo doing the vlogs? Kasi 'di ba, lahat naman, almost all, if not all, almost all ng content creator is merong vlogger or content creator na nilulook up to at doon nila ginagaya or ini-inspired yung video na ginagawa nila. In your place, in your storyline, kanino ka kumukuha ng inspirasyon ng video editing mo, ng kung paano mo i-construct yung video mo, paano mo i-construct yung vlog mo? Yon. Kanino? Kung meron man.
Siyempre, di yung wala runs niya na. So, siyempre, sila yung inspiration ko sa pag-vlog kasi sila yung palagi kong bini-video, dance covers, ganyan, sa mga vlogs. Sa editing, nanonood lang ako dati kila Rans na parang Final Cut pa yung ginagamit nun. So, may backstory na kasi ako sa pag-edit. Like, Sony Vegas 10 pa nun ata. So, may alam na ako sa pag-edit. Cut, ripple, ganyan. So, yun. Kaya, mas na-push ko na. Mas nagustuhan ko na mag-YouTube na rin.
Okay. So, nakwento mo kanina, Gab, na you started using your phone as your first parang gear sa vlogging. And if you will compare your experience from yung starting point and yung ngayon meron ka ng 100k subscribers, ano yung pinaka nakita mo or pinaka biggest difference na nakita mo sa pagbablog mo? Ano yung naging improvement? Biggest improvement na nakuha mo?
Biggest improvement?
In terms of production ba? Or storyline? Or yung paggawa mo or paglabas ng idea ng content? When?
So, yung mas nag-focus ako sa kasi, sa paano ko mag-photoshoot ng streetwear, mga ganyan. Tapos studio, paano mag-shoot or mga team ko. So, nakita ko yung views na mas marami sila nanonood kasi mas marami sila natututunan.
Okay. Oo.
Kasi yun, mas na-motivate ako. Tapos yun, nag-boom na. Palagi na nila inaabangan yung mga content na ginagawa ko.
Nice, nice, nice. So, Gab, grabe. Thank you for taking your time.
Thank you.
Yun, sobrang quick lang nitong interview and thank you for hopping in kasi yung isang guest natin nasa backstage na kaya I think we need to switch na kasi para sabi ko sa'yo parang fast
Sige.
talk lang pero
Fast talk
hindi
ako.
siya question Pero Gab, congrats
Thank
to
you,
your
thank you.
100k subscribers and guys, if you will subscribe to Gab, marami kayong makikitang mga, meron din siya mga tutorial sa photography and mga celebrity na kinukuha na niya like Doggy and Micaela and other sila, kalimutan ko, sila Ran, sila niya, nakasama rin niya. So yun, so subscribe to Gab. Don't forget to subscribe to Gab. He is a good person and marami kayong makukuhang mga, kapag na-bored kayo sa bahay, just watch videos of Gab. So yun, Gab, thank you ha, thank you. Thank you for tuning in and see you next time. See you next time. See you next live session. Bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye, Gab!
Bye.
So we have one! Para tayo, ano tawag doon? Yung fast date ba yun?
Speed dating.
Speed dating. There you go. Guys, I hope you're liking the content right now. And I don't know kung sino pa yung papasok na guest natin, but I'm hoping na meron pang random person na papasok.
That's right. It's random person day.
Yes. Hi, Lem. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you, brother. How are you?
Galing ko lang sa rest day actually. Like 2 weeks akong nagpahinga and
Oh, that's good.
even I don't even check my social media that
Wow.
often and the messages kaya natuwa ko nung nag-chat din si Rob na let's fill up our calendar kasi ko yes, I think this is the time to break the
Well, today
ice.
is supposed to be Rob Alasaba's day.
Yes,
Two buddy has International Creators Day, but Rich and I decided I think it's Rob Alasaba's day, at least in Canada.
Did you see the wallpaper of I think it's Two Body. It's Rob, right? Like
Is it?
the
Is it?
photo.
I haven't taken a look. Let me see. Rob is just amazing, you know.
Yes. And I think ano tayo ngayon, Lem, nagdudugo yung ilong ko nga. Joke lang.
You know what, man? You said you were out for 2 weeks. I had COVID for the past 2 weeks. I'm just
bro.
beginning to
Recover.
get back and recover. Yeah, because I think last not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday past was the last time I had like a fever or something like that. So ang weird kasi yung taste ko, there are certain foods that I want to eat and then it tastes like terrible, like wood burnt, like charred.
Hindi
It's
siya
so
yung
gross.
yung 'di ba sabi nila walang panlasa, like you
Yeah,
don't have the taste.
I have it. But it's like certain foods. Tubig, okay, and Gatorade, okay. Pero like I tried to eat like pizza with pepperoni. Oh man, or coffee. I try to drink coffee. You know when you do a cookout, you
Yeah.
know, yung tapos umulan, and you get like this black sludge of water. Like I don't know. That's what I think it would taste like. I tried drinking coffee, and I feel like that's what it would tasted like had I drank like sludge water, like dark black sludge water.
Oh my.
That's what it felt like it tastes. I haven't tasted coffee in like 2 weeks almost because it just stinks. It just smells terrible and it tastes even worse. It's so bad. I'm hoping that it's over because I really do enjoy my coffee.
And I'm so shocked, Lem, nung nag-post kasi ko, what? Sabi ko, what? Like, I don't even think of na magiging positive ka, Lem. And
I imagine.
I'm grateful and I'm thankful to God na you're better right now and
Amen.
you're still doing what you love to do.
Well, I
Live
got back.
streaming.
I haven't really fully live streamed. The last time I live streamed was April 1st. But
Oh.
like the stuff that I used to do or that I was doing, which was like Amazon Lives,
Mhm.
Clubhouse. I
Mhm.
mean, I was pretty busy all week long doing lives and providing content, providing hopefully value to folks that follow me. But
Mhm.
my father-in-law got sick, and so every time I normally choose like Tuesday and Thursdays to be my live streaming days because
Mhm.
the other days I'm working, and I couldn't even do that because I
Mhm.
was in the hospital with my wife. So yeah, so it's almost like a month and a half that I have not gone live or provided content
Yeah.
fully. So you're actually my second interview because Rob and I
Yeah.
had a little thing yesterday,
I
which
watched the live yesterday.
that was a little crazy. I was like, "What's going on here?" The audio, Rob's audio was going in and out, and he probably thought it was like his provider, his
Yeah.
internet, not
Yeah.
not internet provider, but his live streaming providing
Mhm.
software or a platform. But who knows?
I hope na nagawa niya yan kasi may live sila tonight. So,
Yeah, I mean the guy goes live every single day. He's so busy, man. He's one of the
yeah.
busier people I know. He and
And
Doc Rock.
yeah,
Doc Rock
yeah.
is like so busy. Also Diana Gladney. They're all so busy, and I can't believe I actually know these three people. So, or they even better that they actually know me.
Alam mo while you're working, then notification of Doc Rock is live now or Diana
Right, right, right,
Gladys.
right, 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 right. They're just so on the game. They just know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're just so good.
I don't know where their energy is coming from, no? Kasi since
Sobra, bro.
December,
I
di
was a
ba?
part of the Let's Get Live business.
Yep.
But I was so out of focus. I didn't do a lot of the things that were requested of me, and so the company had to part ways.
Mhm.
So that was unfortunate, but I wasn't ready for it, man.
Mhm.
The level of craftsmanship and creativity and just I'm not there. They're like 8 years ahead of me,
Mm.
so I'm trying to catch up, and it just didn't work out. But
Yes, yes.
as David Blackman would say, one of the partners there, he says nothing is ever finished, nothing is ever done. So
Tama.
the Lord always has doors for us. So I
Yes, yes,
believe
yes.
that. I believe in the planning and the timing and the will of God.
Amen, amen. True to
You know,
that
I don't
kasi
believe I don't believe we pursue the will of God.
yes,
I believe
yes.
we are the will of God.
Yep, yep.
So I believe that if we just submit to God, God will direct our steps.
Tama yan.
That's what the scripture says, right?
Amen,
Anyway, hindi
amen.
pala hindi pala religious time ngayon.
But it's okay, Lem. Like what I've said, I want to use this platform if not at all na pang content creator lang. Kumbaga, I just want also to use this platform to share the word of God. 'Di ba? Chinat kita before you have that COVID
Yeah.
situation na
Mhm.
sabi ko, let's help the church kung paano magbe-build ng live stream, like how they
Yeah.
will live stream. Kasi sa Philippines, parang hirap pa rin yung
Mhm.
ibang mga churches. How do they translate their service into live? Kasi di ba minsan iba atake na di
Yeah.
ba in person, you have this the congregation, but in live stream, it's kind of awkward kasi you're talking to camera and parang hindi siya pasanay na ganon yung
Yeah.
gagawin. So, sabi ko, 'di ba? Kaya kita kinausap noon and I hope na magawa natin yung series of
Yeah, that would
program
be
na
nice
ganun.
because
Yep.
alam mo yung one of the things that you have to do as a live provider or as a content creator, because churches and ministries are content
Mhm.
creators, by nature of what we do, right?
Mhm.
We provide content to people of faith,
Mhm.
um, and hopefully get a message out to the folks that may be in the journey. Pero there's a difference between like you trying to stream your service, versus you trying to talk and connect to your audience.
Yep.
So, one of the people or one of the organizations or the church that really I follow when it comes to their content provision, if that's the word, is
Mm-hmm.
Elevation Church.
Oh, elevation.
Because yeah, they kind of understand that space.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't come up and just like, oh, here's our service and we're done. They
Mm-hmm.
have a pre-service. They have a way to connect with people. They're
Mm-hmm.
trying to constantly connect with their audience, trying to bring people to where they're at, in a sense, kind of like a really deeper connection than me watching a show or
Yep.
watching a service.
Yep.
So Elevation Church, for those of you that are like ministers, or for those of you that work in church and trying to elevate your live stream, I would pattern myself to people like, or organizations like Elevation Church or Stephen Furtick. You know, although I would like to see Stephen Furtick do more of a one-to-one kind of like
Mm-hmm.
talking head,
Mm-hmm.
or even like they do it though. They do like an interview session. They've done
Mm-hmm.
interview sessions.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him do that, connect a little bit more on a personal level,
Yep.
just because we're in a global audience. And
Yep.
I think if you think, oh, I'm just going to serve my church,
Yeah.
I've said this in a live one time with Kevin Lyons, who does large scale events,
Mm-hmm.
and who's also a worship leader.
Yep.
But he said, we were talking about the fact that a lot of churches are trying to serve their community only. They're just looking at, oh, yung mga simbahan ko lang. But that's
Mm.
you're short-sighting the platform.
Yep.
You cannot think, oh, I'm just gonna do this so that I can serve those that can't make it to the building.
Yeah.
I'm not. Not only is it wrong, I think it's bad,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not what the gospel is for. The gospel is not only for people that go to your
Join the
church.
church. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It's for everybody. And if you and I watch a show or watch a service online from the Philippines, it's better, because then it's telling me, hey, you're part of what we're trying to do. Not like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm coming into your family and I'm, like almost like peeking in. Parang ano ako,
Yes.
parang peeping tom ako na titingin lang, oh, what do they do in that service? But rather to say, hey, you are actually why we're here. So if you're coming on here, don't think that this is just for the people that we serve locally. This is for
Yes.
you and for everybody else.
Yep.
Di ba?
Yup, kasi yun nga yung tama ka dun sa kanina yung sinabi mo na sometimes they close the idea of, okay, I will just translate the service of our church to live.
Right.
And let's just stream the live of our church service. But I learned this from Gary Vaynerchuk, that every platform it has a different context. So we need to study the context of live streaming, the context of Facebook, the context of YouTube, and even for example, context of TikTok. You cannot upload your YouTube videos directly from YouTube to TikTok because it has different context. Same with the service. Like if you will translate your church service into live stream, then it would have a different feeling na parang disconnected yung people
Yeah.
that are watching the stream, kasi they feel like they're not you're not talking to them, like yung sinabi mo kanina na live streaming is one-on-one. You have the connection between the viewer and you as a speaker. And I think what you've said earlier na yung like the Elevation Church, na yun, you're looking for a more talking heads of the pastor, and yun yung yung nakikita kong parang point ng live streaming right now, na you need to talk to the other side nung camera na na pinagsasabihan mo, na yeah, they need to feel na connected kayo at some point in time.
Yeah, that's the challenge, I think, of a lot of churches, because they think, okay, I'm gonna just broadcast my service. Kailangan talaga meron kay sistema na na the live streaming is a ministry of its own.
Mhm.
Na hindi lang extra na, oh, I'm just gonna do this. No, kailangan talaga makita mo na, what, this is another ministry. This is another avenue to reach people.
True.
So the best thing to do is to create a ministry team. Kung malaking simbahan, kung malaki
Totoo.
ang membership, you know, kung maliit lang kayo katulad kami, mga siguro mga 40 lang kami dito, you know, it may not be as feasible, you know, to have somebody kind of interact with the audience. But I got a friend of mine who has like 300,000 followers on TikTok. And then when he goes live, like it's almost like a sideline, you know, but you have 300,000 people. Like if these people showed up in your service, you wouldn't be able to hold them in a stadium.
Yep.
Luneta Park would be packed, 300,000 people.
True.
And they're all like following you. You're not going to just be like sideline, diba? You're not going
Yeah.
to treat them as sideline. You
You
come in
treat
there
them
and
as
300,000
different,
people are
yes.
watching you or listening to you or wanting to listen to you. There's a potential that 300,000 people will follow. So you cannot just look at it and be like, oh, metrics lang yun. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Every follow, every subscription, every subscriber
Human.
is a person.
Yep.
You know, whether or not they're watching you now or maybe they'll watch you later, they're still a person. So, you know, if the message, you know, when talking about the church, if the message is about the people, then you have to treat it with respect and do honor and put some effort and some thinking behind that. Let's say you have even 40 people that are following you, subscribers. Could you imagine coming into a room, Jeff, and your subscribers are waiting for you? You know, like how many do you have now?
I do have
200,000?
I do have 1,300, a whopping 1,300.
Could you
people.
imagine if 1.3 thousand people show up in your building and you're their pastor, let's say, you know, and they wanted to hear your message? You know, you're gonna be
I'm getting
flustered.
goosebumps.
Yeah, you're gonna be
goosebumps right now.
nervous,
Yep.
and you're gonna do the best that you can because these people are spending their time listening to you. So I think a lot of ministries don't look at it that way.
Yep.
I know a lot of there are pastors obviously that are super busy and they can't really kind of provide the kind of quality thing that they'd like to kasi sila lang siya lang, and then there's not that many people that are working with him, so it becomes very difficult to kind of mind all of that. But if you're gonna be online, if you're gonna put yourself out there, just remember that it should not be just for vanity sake. You're going out there and hopefully you're mindful that you have an intention why you go live and why you are on the platform. If you don't have an intention to be on the platform, then why go live on that platform? So
Yeah.
if you're going to go live there, make sure that you are reaching out to the people that are potentially listening to you or are listening to you, you know. So I think that's the mindset, 'di ba? Kailangan talagang mindset na
Yeah.
okay, parang I'm showing up at the church building and I'm gonna preach. Katulad din yun. Okay, I'm gonna go live on Facebook. Katulad din yun. You're presenting yourself. So you have to be clean. You have to be right. Your audio has to be good. Your imagery has to be right. You know, because people are going to see you maybe even for the very first time. And if they see that you're careful with how you look online, maybe they'll think, oh, he'll probably be careful about the message he's sharing.
Totoo. Doon papasok yung accountability. 'Di ba? Na every live stream na ilalabas natin, even if you're not a pastor or you're a content creator,
Yeah.
it applies to all.
That's
The
right.
accountability, the content, the value that you share outside your space or in the platform itself, you need the accountability. Kasi if you don't think about the accountability, diyan madalas yung mga reckless na hindi pala totoo yung nasi-share mo, hindi pala factual base yung nabigay mo, and it may affect other person's life. So, yun yung na-realize ko lang, Lem, kailan ba yun? Last few months ago na giving others ng value comes with a great responsibility din as a content creator.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No, I agree.
Go.
No, I agree. I think we have to. My wife would say to me, you know, baby, you got to make sure your hair is clean, make sure you're shaved, Make sure you look presentable when you go online. And I was just like, it's just online, But the more I realize it, when I watch content creators now on YouTube, the ones that have real followings are the people that are actually presenting themselves as though they have an audience. Ikita mo, nagme-makeup sila, nakakaganda ng buhok nila. Like, some of us just come in there like, okay, I'm just gonna wake up and do this thing. We're not Gary Vaynerchuk, People just don't follow us. We have to present ourselves. These guys, they can wake up and 1,000 people will listen to them talk, but we have not established that clout.
Yes.
We don't have a business that is $1 million business like Gary V, or or books that are out there that are bestsellers. So for those guys, they could wake up and they might even have muta in their eye and they'll be fine.
Yeah.
And if people will be endeared. They were like, oh, look how funny that is. But for us, if we have muta in our eyes, they'll be like, who you think you are coming into my living room or into my phone and you have moat on your eye? Parang parang inutil mo. You're just looking at me like I'm a doofus. So
Yes.
we have to always come correct, as they would say.
Yes. And treat our viewers special. Kasi, di ba, yun yung mga small details na minsan na overlook natin we overlook na gawin nating presentable yung sarili natin in front of our viewers. Para, syempre, they don't get the discomfort. Kasi di ba, pagka you're watching someone na parang hindi ready, parang ikaw din parang may discomfort ka habang nanonood.
Yeah, I think for us as content creators, sometimes we think of ourselves. How do I want to present myself? And so we think, okay, I got to get the proper camera, I got to get the proper lighting, I got to get the proper software or the proper internet provider or a live provider so that I can present myself correctly. But then sometimes when you're like, oh, I'm already getting tired of this thing, and you start, you have to go from how you want to be and then to level up to what kind of audience you wanna invite into your space. Do you want people that are professionals, or do you want people that are just fly by nights? Do you want people that are actually possibly do you want brand owners? Do you want marketers to come by and see, hey, you know what, I like this guy. So one of my friends, Bradley Vincent with Bradley Teaches, he is getting brands left and right, brand deals. And I'm looking at him and I have to go and find out how he's doing it. But a lot of it, when I just watch his stuff, is just that he comes correct. He comes consistent. He knows what he's talking about. He presents his thoughts and ideas fluidly and fluently. And so he presents a business very much a business front. And so you have businesses saying, oh, I like this guy. I would love for him to be the face of my business, even in a small area. So you got to consider. Now, when he started, he wasn't considering that. He was just thinking, how can I give my ideas to other people so that they can benefit from others? But because of his flow and because of the way he does things and because of his professionalism, people begin to pick that up. I talk to myself all the time. I said, why aren't you branded yet? Why aren't people knocking down your door? Is it possibly because they have no real idea what exactly you are there for? I mean, your thoughts are good, you articulate well, all of these things, but when I look at your space online on YouTube, what is it trying to tell me? Can you teach something from my brand, and be believable? And so you have to look at that, and I realize, you know what, I have to really find my niche. Ang ano pala, powerful pala talaga ang niche, bro.
Yes, bro. Totoo yan. Kasi patunayan ko yan, bro, nung, 'di ba, I consistently upload videos about photography, videography, gear ng photography,
Uh-huh.
paano ka mag-vlog. Then suddenly, even though my subscriber count is around 1,100 or
Yeah.
even I'm still not monetized, hindi yun relative sa na makakuha ka ng brand deals eh. Brand approach me na, uy, pa-review naman ito. It's not because of the subscriber, it's not because of I'm monetized now, but it's because of the niche, it's because of the, sinabi mo kanina, the value, how you present yourself in your viewers. Doon sila na-attract eh, na parang, how do I present myself? And sabi nila, siguro sabi nila, bangga to sa brand namin. Kaya sabi, nag-invite sila to review their product. So, I think, tama ka doon sa sinabi mo, Lem, na those are the small things na minsan na-overlook natin na actually hindi siya small things eh. Kasi that's the key to close a brand deal or to attract brands. Hindi lang dahil sa gear na ginagamit natin. It doesn't need, I mean, it's not only about the camera, the audio, the setup, but also the how you present yourself in the camera. So the clean shave, the hair. Kaya small details, but it a big impact, Lem.
No, you're right. I think we've got to look at that because, I don't know. I came onto YouTube because I feel like I got stuff that I am sharing to other people that I'd like to put in a space, diba? So you go to YouTube and you're like, oh, meron akong thoughts, meron akong concepts, meron akong mga ideas, kailangan ko ilagay sa particular space. And YouTube is it. So, ang nag-umpisa tayo para sa atin. Pero what will endear us if we are trying to, businessize? I know that's not a word, but Tagalog, Filipino tayo, so we'll make up words. to businessize the YouTube, or to use a proper word, monetize the space. You've got to begin now on what type of personality or person will you present yourself in a constant and consistent basis. What kind of thoughts will you express? Are you going to be a teacher? Are you going to be a tutor? Are you going to be a mentor? Or are you just going to be a point of view? Or are you just going to deliver some news? Or are you going to be going and doing some entertainment, some conversations, or maybe you're doing just random things for people to be entertained by it. Maybe you'll be like a Mr. Beast where you're going to fill your whole house with Arby's, or maybe you'll flood your own house and see if you could swim across your living room. I don't know, so there are people that do that. My daughter is an incredible YouTube content consumer. She's 6 years old. She watches all of this stuff and she tells me, how to niche down. She tells me what I have to do. Sobra talaga yung ko, daughter ko 6 years old lang. The other day, she was recording with her phone that we gave her a little bit. Parang lang iPad. And she was recording and her sister was playing music loudly. And she says to Amber, shut that music down. I'm gonna get a copyright strike. And I'm like, copyright strike?
Alam na nila, no?
A copyright strike. I'm looking at her like, what are you talking about? And then I was doing some. This is a month or a few months back. I was creating a thumbnail for a live that I was gonna do, and she goes, "Oh, today we're gonna watch my dad create a thumbnail for his live on YouTube." And so she's watching and she's doing commentary, and then she turns to me and said, "Dad, I need you to entertain my audience. Come on, man. Where's the pull? I need you to entertain them." And I'm looking at her like, what do you want me to do? You want me to juggle while I'm doing thumbnails? I don't know. But she understands. She understands the concepts of keeping your audience engaged and keeping that moving. I don't know if she understands the algorithms of YouTube and the length of time people stay there. We'll kick in an algorithm that says, oh, people like what you're doing, and so we're going to provide them some more of your content. I don't know if she knows that deep, but she knows enough that she even is telling me how to make sure that the audience that I am watching are actually entertained, or that's watching her rather are actually entertained. So, we've got to look beyond ourselves. And I've
True.
got to say, okay, ano bang gusto ni Noel? Ano bang gusto ni Nix? Ano kayang ano
Gusto ni
kayang
Rich.
problema ni Rich? Ano kayang problema niya? How can I make their life better? How can I answer
Yeah.
some of their questions? May mga question dito. Nosebleed ako
Yep.
dito. Marunong ba
We
yung
we answer
Tagalog?
we answer some question, Lem. I think this is the perfect time we answer this one. Sabi ni Nix dito, how did the pandemic influence your content in both the good and bad way? If you can share some, kasi since pandemic, I think nag-boom talaga yung content creation eh.
Yeah, I think for me, the pandemic just really kind of put me in the space. Kasi wala, like I said beforehand, I was really kind of just using YouTube as a way to put a record of my activity. It's not like I'm here for an audience. So I have multiple YouTube channels that have like 30 something that has been there for 9 years. Because I didn't do anything. It was actually monetized already because of the fact that I'd been there before all these monetization things came to place. So I was just doing that. But now the thought process is different, right? Because now I have to say, oh, kailangan ko talagang mag-serve ako sa audience na nagpa-follow sa akin, so that I can make them feel good for their subscription, or I can make them feel like importante sila, na hindi lang ako para sa akin, that I'm
Totoo.
there because I feel like, hey, I got an answer for you. Why are you following me? Why you subscribe to me? Pwede ilagay sa question yan, in my audience, hey, why are you following me? What are you looking more from me to do? Kasi madami naman akong quote unquote expertise. I'm a photographer, so I could provide photography advice.
Lessons, yes.
Yeah, I could do lighting. I'm a live streamer. I'm a personality, so I speak. I'm a what do you call that?
Speaker.
Public speaker. So meron ako din. I got all these things to provide the people that follow me, but exactly why did they follow? I don't know.
Yep.
So the search is there. I also do Amazon Live. So I have people that come on live to talk about monetization in Amazon. One of the people I know, bro, he's made $16,000 on Amazon Live. 16,000 because he almost sold.
Nag-compute yung
Bro, di ba? Nakita mo. So somebody computed it for him, the amount of hours he spends on Amazon Live versus how much he's made. Kinompute nila. It's like $60 an hour he was making.
Wow.
So in the Philippines it's not yet there. Yung Amazon Live wala pa diyan. It's only here in America. Pero kung pwede ka din mag Amazon Live galing sa Pilipinas, na you have family over here, and you could just say, oh, let's create a bank account over there, and I will send that bank account to Amazon. And even though I live in the Philippines, nandito ko sa Pilipinas, magla-live ako dito sa Pilipinas, hindi naman alam ng eh. Sure, they know, but they don't mind. So as long as you have an iOS device, di ba? As long as you have an iPad or an iPhone, you can go live on Amazon as long as your bank account is here in the States.
Yeah.
So or in Canada. So you have the capacity to make money, American money from the Philippines. Kailangan lang talaga, you have to put a little bit of effort.
Yep.
Hindi ko lang, it's not just going to build itself for you. You have to say, kailangan gawin to. I wonder if my cousin will do it. Siguro, I mean, you could take a percent. You could give them a percentage.
Yep.
Katulad nung bata pa ako, my daddy ko, we used to live here. We used to live in Staten Island, but it was cheaper in New Jersey to have insurance. So they would say they lived in New Jersey. And got the insurance in New Jersey, even though we lived in Staten Island. I mean, I wouldn't recommend that for insurance because that's fraud. But Delete that, edit that. But pwede naman ganun sa Amazon, I think,
Yep.
if you really want to.
Yes, and we do have also here parang e-commerce platform like Lazada and Shopee where you can do live as well like Amazon Live, but not
Oh, you,
that.
wow,
I don't
okay.
think, but I don't think if it's like that profitable like Amazon Live. I didn't even bother trying, but I think in the future I can also check it
Kailangan
out.
natin makita na
Yes.
we have to see this. And I'm sorry, I get all nervous about my Tagalog, but kasi para last time I was in the Philippines, somebody said I sounded like an incheck. I sound like a Chinese person trying to speak Tagalog. Yung mga
But
Tagalog
it's
ko
okay. But
balik-balik.
it's okay.
Balik-balik. Ah,
Just speak Tagalog.
pag,
They will
pag
not bother.
Bro, pag nagkausap ko si mama ko, if we're arguing, then my Tagalog comes out. Like I'm speaking like I've been speaking Tagalog every day. But like I'm trying to deliver a thought, an idea, I can't do it unless I'm in deep conversation and argument with my mom. Then it comes out. Nagulat nga ako. Nagulat? Is that right?
Nagulat.
Surprise?
Yes, nagulat.
Yes,
Nagulat.
so nagulat nga ako nung one time I was talking to my mom and ang deep ng Tagalog na gamit ko. I was, what in the world is that? Sobrang deep. Oh, nako. Wow, you have that in your vocabulary? I didn't even
Bigla-bigla na lalabas eh. No?
nabigla na ako. Wow. Wow. Talaga naman. She really got me good that time. She got me upset, I guess. But as for the pandemic, it made me more aware of audience and
Demographics.
audience demographics, and also my position in the exchange of information. So for me, yung pandemic talaga nakita ko kasi I wasn't just doing church anymore. I was doing interviews. I was I was starting to give tutorials on lighting, on best practices of sharing a live. How to make sure that you have a certain amount of bandwidth. Kailangan ito 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in order for you to provide a proper experience for the people that are watching you. So that's what happened. My thought process became more succinct, diba? Is that the word? More like more honed, more focused. So that's what the pandemic did, I think, more than anything else.
Yes.
I didn't get any better with, let's say, editing, because I continued editing on my phone. But I think the presentation of thought, ideas, and the fact that I'm seeing audiences. Diba pa? Kasi, I don't know, man. I don't know kung self-serving sometimes in the ministry, you just want to share your thought. You're not necessarily concerned about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
So you're just sharing what you feel like God shared with you. But as you depart from that and you're doing interviews and you're doing kind of, sharing how to help people get to where you're at, then you have to think about other people. And so with that process, it becomes more necessary to be mindful of your audience.
Yeah, same with me, Lem, kasi nung pandemic talaga. Since my content is all about travel vlogs, travel video, so pandemic, anong ita-travel ko sa bahay, di ba?
Right.
Then, pandemic opened so many opportunities like the live stream. So, dun ko na-discover ko paano mag-live stream, like watching to Rob Balasabas. I met Rob.
Masalabas. Tube, Rob, buddy, Rob.
So I met Rob in his live stream. So doon nag-participate ako. Then I decided to renew my branding inside the YouTube space, and good way nakita ko yung other side of YouTube. Sabi mo nga kanina pala dati to. Sabi mo nga kanina, dati, ang tagal mo sa usap. Sabi mo nga earlier na sometimes we are self-serving dun sa sinishare natin. Like, we just want to share our thoughts without thinking of other people.
Yeah.
Yun yung tingin ko sa YouTube na parang storage lang ng aking video compilation, video, travel videos, ganon. Then, the pandemic, natatawa ako, nakita ko yung comment kasi. Rich! Hey! So, nakita ko yung pandemic na parang I see the other side of YouTube na hindi pala dapat always you can upload time to time ng mga something na gusto mo kasi space mo naman yan. But most of the time, I see it na kailangan ko mag-provide ng value, discover my audience like what you did, and know what videos yung gusto nila kung bakit sila nag-subscribe sa akin. And that really helped me. Bad way, hindi ako nakakapag-produce ng video content na like travel or hindi ko napapractice yung mga cinematic videos na gusto kong i-produce. But in a good way, I earned another knowledge about live streaming and pivoting my content in a way na ma-enjoy nila even inside their house or inside their home drinking coffee. So yun yung naging effect sa akin ng pandemic. So,
dude, you should be here in New York. I have a wedding I have to shoot July 10th, and my video people, I have not been able to get a hold of them. Man, you should come and do my video side. Meron ka bang mga pamilya dito sa Amerika?
Yes, but
where?
I think in California.
Oh, katulad kay Rich. You can come here. You could stay in my office.
Marinig na mga katrabaho ko nung sabihin nila, ba't wala na si Jeff? Jeff, nasan ka na? I'm
Bro,
here
man. Let me tell you something, dude. Yung mga artists dito, mga artists yan sa Pilipinas, mga video, mga photography, bro, you guys will kill it here. You would kill it here, man. That's the beautiful thing about it is that a lot of these things are like cash, so you don't even have to get an SS number. You can get in.
Canon Philippines, hindi niya ako pinipirata, guys. Hindi niya ako pinipirata.
No, but seriously, punta ka dito, like you got people like Connect. Oh, it's kasi Facebook din naman. Pwede naman din mag-advertise sa Facebook. O kaya sa Craigslist, mga ganun-ganun. So, pwede kang talagang, you could come out of the plane, fresh off the plane, FOP, fresh off the plane, land, and you could be gigging that weekend, bro. Meron ako dito, may mga studio owners dito, Filipino. They are doing well. They're doing well. So kung sasabihin ko, oy, kuya man, si Jeff, yung kaibigan ko galing lang sa Pilipinas, kailangan meron konting trabaho. Meron naman siyang gear dito, at saka he knows how to shoot a little bit. Maybe you could give him a chance to work for your studio. Nako naman, bro. I have other studios. I could give a call, be like, oh, my friend Jeff just came from the Philippines. He has his own gear. He could second shoot for you guys. He's a photographer. He does a little bit of video. He does a little, he's a photographer there. Maybe he could do a second shoot. Second shooting is about $500 here. So if you're working all the weekend, you could make $1,500 a weekend if you shoot 3 weddings in a row. And that's every weekend. You have to just maging maarte ka lang, gawin na lang ng parang what do you call that? Yung prostitute mo na lang sarili mo. You go from one studio to the next.
To another.
You don't have any loyalties. Ang loyalty mo lang money. Bro, I'm telling you, may mga ganito. I see them on Facebook, bro. Kagaling lang sa Pilipinas. A few months, they already are ready to buy a house, dude.
Bro.
Sobra, man.
Bro, my coworker said here, magpalit ka na ng kasama sa live. Pinipirata ka na.
Walang nagja-jump on eh. Come on, jump on.
Guys, jump on. I put the link in our comment section sa YouTube. So if you want to guest, just click the link and pasok kayo dito, guys. If you're a content creator or dreaming of becoming one, let's talk about it. Hey, Rich, come on, hop in.
I know. Jeff is like, okay, I'm done with Lemuel. I don't think I have any more conversation here.
I think
he's
you've
telling me
missed-
how to go to America so that I can leave whatever it is here and start making a little bit of money.
I think you've missed live streaming, Lem. I can see the energy. I can see the thoughts. They're coming, and I just want to shout out Mar. So Mar, hello. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for preparing your coffee alongside you. So
Anong
put
oras na ba sa Pilipinas? Bro, midnight
it's
na over
12
there.
Midnight, yes. But they're still watching. They're still hanging out with us.
Yeah, I see that. Make sure you guys like the video kasi minsan ang dami ng tao sa chat room. Isa lang nag-like ng video.
Oo, kasi di ba minsan sobrang hook ka na parang habang live. Okay. Tapos
Nakakalimutan mo maging
hindi mo na pala na
merong
like.
That's why I make it a point na, I got to make sure I like this video before I continue on kasi you know what happens. You get
ng kwentuhan.
Yeah. You forget you're on the comments and you're listening and maybe you even have premium and so you're doing something else while you're listening to the conversation.
Oh, bro, it's your timer.
Tapos na. Finish na. What are you doing though, man? What would you? Okay, this is a good question. What would you say about me? What do you think I should be doing, or what am I? What I can do to be better
In content creation or
in
YouTube
content
space?
creation? I don't know if you've watched any of my stuff, but
Yeah, I've
maybe you could tell me what you think.
actually I think you should focus on
From church to pok real quick.
You've said that, Lem. You've said that, Lem. It's not my fault.
Si Nix. Yeah, it's called ADHD.
Because sino yan si Indiana na parang ito yung topic nila but they will end on a different topic.
Yeah. So when you're rich, you need plastic surgery to be better.
No, I think you should do some
I know, man. Look at my hair. My
personalized.
hairline is like, nako, hindi na
Nako.
forehead. Five head na ang ano ko kailangan. That's why I wear the beanie.
Same, bro. That's why I wear cap. To reduce the hairline.
Dude, meron
No,
bang merong bang singular Filipino hat? I should do that, man. Yung isang sun. That would be nice.
No,
Just
I don't.
the araw right on the front of the hat, black and a yellow trim maybe, or maybe a red and
Blue.
red and blue trim. Let's rock the Philippines.
I don't think we have that kind of design of cap.
Naku,
But going back earlier
I
sa
got a
yung
thought. That's
sinabi
a
mo
good
kanina.
thought.
I think you should try doing some personalized stuff like the vlog style kasi napapansin ko you have this talking heads na type of video, but I think you should try also doing some personalized stuff because some of I don't know if it will apply to you, but I see videos na kapag may personal touch, like I'm touring the video kung ano yung ginagawa ko sa buhay ko, they tend to watch it more. They tend to
Really?
stay more. Yeah, because I don't know why, but I don't know the magic within it, but the vlog style video, while providing value like the talking head ones, I think it's much more interesting to watch because like dun sa ginagawa ni Cyril, I don't know if you know Cyril, na
I've heard of him.
yep, he will talk here, then later on mag-iiba yung place niya, or he will get the camera while walking, like that. Some diversity, some personal touch within the video. I think you should try in the future. Or for example, you will share 3 ways how to construct your preaching, mga ganon, no? So, discuss it in your coffee table, discuss it in your room, discuss it while writing in your desk. So something like that. I don't know if it will fit in your personality, but
I like that idea. I'm seeing what you're trying to say.
yeah, tour them in your kumbaga lagyan mo ng kung ano yung buhay mo, not just within the room itself, because the lighting there is good, but seeing you outside that room is, I think I will be
Gives
more
a little
entertained more.
parang context.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know someone na parang they will discuss why you need to start YouTube. Then I don't know if you know Matty Hapoya, but
I've heard of them too.
yeah, he is riding in a skateboard while talking. I don't say na mag-ride ka rin ng skateboard,
Yeah,
but
I'm 46 years old this coming September. You don't want me to be broken.
I saw in the picture, we will saw just in the future na parang, oh, Lem broke his arm because Jeff suggested to
Jeff
do
suggested
skateboards.
I skateboard, and I am in the hospital right now with a broken arm. Thank you, Jeff.
No,
This is all for you, baby. I love you.
no, just try it. Like, go in the backyard, just talk in your camera, talk in the audience. Kasi, di ba, we're talking earlier about the audience, about the personification, about the connection between you and the audience. I think that gives something na parang, ayun,
It's got rich-
sabi dito ni Art of Mar, I think this is the thought na we love casual vlogs kasi it's like having friends around, more relatable and intimate, and we can just play them in the background.
That's a good idea, man. I
Yeah.
think I'll begin to think of it that way. Yeah, because I got a lot of interest. You know, I really started in the pandemic with a kind of talk show. I called Unpacking. Talagang heavy duty dating natin dahil I did one with my friend who is like an apostle. But then the next live I did a conversation with a few of my friends who are black because Ahmaud Arbery, I don't know if you guys know that one. As a black man that was jogging in a neighborhood, and this father and son accosted him and shot him. Because
I know that news.
Yeah, because he was just running in the neighborhood, and he was not white. And they charged him for some robbery that they weren't police, but they were saying that he might have been the one. Anyway, they were overzealous racist white people that are in jail now, thankfully. But anyway, so that kind of sparked a conversation in America, mga April. I think that was in April. And then the next day, bro, after my broadcast, the next day, George Floyd was killed. So for those who don't know who George Floyd is, George Floyd was a middle-aged black man who was reported to have used a fake bill to pay for a certain amount. When the police came, they treated him like he had killed somebody, and
tinukuran ng knee.
Yeah, and this police officer, Derek Chauvin, placed his knee on his neck for about 8 minutes and 29 seconds or something to that effect and killed the man in broad daylight. Wala naman talaga. To me, I could talk about this injustice on and on, but I think that's what you're trying to say. If I have a thought, for instance, about justice, I could be a talking head and kind of just share my thoughts on it and my heart about that. But outside of my current spaces, I have so that started for me heavy conversations for like, I don't know, for 6 months. Not almost 6 months. I was talking to like pastors, church leaders, community leaders. I was talking to black and white people and trying to see if we can reconcile. I was the only Filipino. I was the only non-American and non-white and non-black person in the conversation. Um, so really, if I continued pressing it, I think it would have been a thing. But you know, sometimes, like a lot of creators, sometimes we get bored with what we're doing and we think we need to do something different.
Yes.
But sometimes the best thing to do is to continue what you've been doing, because now you're establishing a name for yourself, a brand,
Yeah.
in a niche, that maybe wasn't there. How many Filipinos provide conversations between black and white Americans?
Yeah.
How
Super
many
small amount.
even have that kind of like, the kind of courage to have those conversations?
Yes.
Because sometimes you're Filipino and you're like, what's my place in that conversation? Parang ano lang tayo, parang spectator lang tayo. We're
Yeah.
just watching, because hindi naman natin problema. Parang ganun. We're just, now this is a black and white issue, and ako namang Asian lang ako, Filipino lang ako. What does my voice matter? Pero it matters, man. Because this is not a conversation between black and white people. It's a conversation between humanity.
True.
It's about justice. It's about abuse of power, authority. Mga Pilipino tayo, we know what about abuse of power and authority. We know that. Madami naman mga tao na nag-a-abuse ng authority and power nila din sa Pilipinas ever since I was young. The people power was because of abuse of authority. And
Yeah.
and parang tayong as a whole people, somebody put their knee on the back of our neck, and so we revolted because we say, hey, you can't do that. You can't do that to us. We have a voice. We have our own thoughts. We have our own feelings. You can't just tell us what to do. You know what I mean? So ang ginawa ng mamang Derek Chauvin yun. It reflects us. This is a human struggle. So kung tayo lang titingin lang tayo na I'm outside of the conversation because hindi ako puti, hindi ako itim, ako Asian, ako Filipino, hindi naman nangyahapin sa akin, or it's not happening to my people. And so what happened? Later on, dito sa Amerika, merong Asian hate. So
yes,
tayo
yes.
na silent tayo dahil wala tayo sa conversation, dahil hindi tayo puti, hindi tayo itim. Now we're in the conversation now. And anong sasabihin natin? Oh, now that it's happening to the Asians, let's fight. Hindi dapat humanity. It's happening to people.
Yep.
People that are in authority, people that are in power are trying to express their power and authority over people that are less, or they think are less.
Less power.
Kung itim, okay. Kung pula, I don't care. It's authority trying to show itself as though they have the right to do whatever it is that they want to do with people that are disenfranchised, or people like you and I who have little or no voice.
True.
Why are you treating us like criminals? Yeah, siguro maybe it's a call, but maybe it's a false call. Maybe racist din yung nagtawag kay George Floyd.
Oh.
It's just somebody that is racist towards black people. Kung nag-racist sila sa Asian, that's the same thing. Because we're all in that place where somebody can mistreat us because we're not like them. Ayun lang ang problema. We're not like them. So because we're not like them, they mistreat us.
Yep.
Hey, you know what? I'm a preacher, so I won't say what I want to say. You know what? So
No, no,
talaga talaga yung that season, man, I was so fired up. I was so fired
And
up
dun
because I saw
nag-lead yung
myself.
content structure mo sa
Yeah,
YouTube.
ang problema ko, I got bored.
Mm.
And the intensity of the conversation was so heavy that I didn't know if I was able to maintain that on my shoulders. Because I have to look for other people again. I have to look for other, other black community. And the problem is the same.
I have an idea, Lem. Like, revisit your live stream and get some, di ba, si Rob lagi, yung tinuro niya rin sa akin one time is, always provide 5 values or 3 values in your video. So, why not revisit those live stream? And, di ba, since you're a preacher also, na we tend to construct our message with point 1, point 2, point 3.
Right.
So why not construct a 3-point message from that live stream, then construct it to another video? Like, okay, for today's video, I will talk about this kind of message and what are the things na pwede nating matutunan about this scenario. Parang ganun.
Wow, that's good.
What
Jeff.
do you think?
I think it's a lot of work. So I have to definitely put my mind. So I have to I love your idea though, because I think the content that I have in those videos are really rich. They're rich, but nobody knew, because there was only 30 people following me back then. And nobody knew. So for me to repurpose it now, when I have 200 subscribers, maybe they'll be better. I don't know, because I don't know what the 200 subscribers that I have, the 211 subscribers that I have are wanting from me. I don't know why they came on. Some of them came on because I provided value for Amazon Live, or I'm giving like value discussions about life. So if I pivot that way, that's the reason why I have so many YouTube channels, because I feel like you cannot just tell people everything. Kasi meron ako ding thoughts about marriage. It's all, you can't just all be like, oh, who is this guy? What am I here for? You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then I have my buy me a coffee.
Yeah.
I have a membership, buy me a coffee /Lem Drops, and I feel like I got to provide information there too. But what are people doing there? So it's a continual kind of R&D, diba? Research and development.
Lagi ko rin, sinasabi ko rin yun kay Lar, which is kasama natin siya ngayon sa live session. I mean, sa viewer.
Hey, Lar.
Minsan kasi, nako-close tayo doon sa idea, but the journey itself sa YouTube space, sa YouTube community is trial and error. Tama ka doon. And without trying, you will not know kung ano yung pinapanood talaga or ano yung makaka-attract dun sa viewer.
Yeah.
So, I think you need to try something else with the certain topic na meron ka, like the past live streams, the past interviews. I think you should try repurposing it into a different kind of context or different kind of video, like with the personal touch.
Parang parang reaction but not really. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, parang you get something dun sa live stream na yon, or just since 'di ba minsan yung talk natin or yung live stream, live interview natin, maraming sanga ng topic yan.
Yeah,
so I just identify the big idea, then construct the small ideas, then snippets lang, kahit 3 points lang per video or 3-minute video from that live stream. Just sit on the coffee table, sit in your backyard, explain the 3 points fast.
I like what Rich said there.
Sabi niya dito, I think people misunderstand the term niching down. It's not about a subject but about the community and culture. Yes.
Parang that's good. Rich, come on the live, man. You got to break that down, bro.
Yeah.
You can't bring a nugget like that, and then especially we know you. Nasaan ka ba, bro? Natatrabaho ka ba? Come on, man.
Si Rich, I think.
Yes, sir, Rich. He's working. Because we had a conversation earlier today on my personal little live on my timeline. And he came on and he said, "Oh, I'm going to work." and then he didn't do any work. He didn't do anything for like 15-20 minutes while we were talking. Sabi ko, ano, what kind of going to work is that, bro?
He might hop in our backstage day.
I know. And then I told him I'll give him my phone number so that he can tell me when he's gonna come on live tonight. Because he always comes on. He comes on live on Friday, diba?
Yeah, oo, nakikita ko.
Yeah, but his live is like
day ko eh.
his live is like 9 p.m. Western or California time, and so that's like 12 o'clock my time. By the time he's live, I'm like ready to go to sleep.
Nakikita ko siya minsan sa habang nag-work ako, naka-live siya. So I can parang butt in or hop in. Kasi
Right,
nag-work
yeah.
pa ako. Ako, ano ba naman to si Rich? Wrong timing.
Yeah, but that's a thought though, man. I think people misunderstand the term niching down or niching down about a subject. It's about a community and a culture. I would like to agree with him on that. I think so, because a lot of people, well, there's a good amount of people who follow me, and I'm everywhere. And sometimes I wonder, and I mean, I'm talking about following, like people commenting, private messaging me, telling me, thank you so much. How are you doing? You know, it's good to see you back online. You know, thank you so much for giving whatever this is and whatever that is, you know, and it's not about necessarily the topic, but just me. And yeah, I think Rich is correct there. How to really maximize that is the challenge. Trying to say, okay, what does my community want? Not necessarily as a subject, but rather how can I grow my community more? I guess that's a good idea. That's a good thought. How can I grow my community? How can I make my community better? How can I make the people that follow me better?
Actually, Lem, I think what we're doing right now is a good example of growing your community. Kasi by doing these live streams, I think I grew a lot parang as dun sa community, number of community na meron ako ngayon. Na the community we have right now, they're like domino effect, like word of mouth marketing na parang, oh, I like this content and I like what he's giving, like what his value providing. So, sinishare nila na parang, oh, join this live stream. Until I didn't know na parang 1K subs na pala ako, 1.3 subs na ako without knowing. Because
Wow.
I think that's the value within that certain community na binibigay mo. I think that will reap you. Parang you will harvest that the seeds na pinaplant mo dun sa live stream in the near future. Kasi sabi mo nga, di ba, may mga nagchat sa'yo, yun yung importante, yun yung, kaya ako hindi napansin yung pag-grow nung numbers. Kasi, there's so many people chatting, they're engaging, they're communicating with me, and that's what, parang dun ako mas na-satisfy rather than the value, rather than the numbers na nakuha ko, but the engagement through live stream. So, I do this weekly back then, and I just, parang hinahanap-hanap ko siya na communicating with the people I have. Na, di ba nga, sabi mo kanina na tanungin yung mga viewers, tanungin yung subscribers, bakit nyo ba ako pina-follow? And live stream is one of the perfect platform na pwede natin silang tanungin. Na pwede nga natin tanungin ngayon yung viewers natin, guys, bakit nyo ba ako pina-follow? Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Diba?
You know what? Sometimes that's like scary. Why are you following? I don't know. I came on one time and you were telling something smart, and I thought I'm gonna go on. And the follow-up question is, have I discussed that topic again? I don't know. I have no idea. Did I discuss the topic that you got involved in? I don't know.
Then you will realize that kailangan ko pala or pwede pala ako mag-produce ng content like this one. Now overlook ko na pala. Like something like that.
No, it's true. So
Diba?
you know,
Kasi,
also magandang you also have to be part of other people's communities. You have
yeah.
to also participate in what others
Mhm.
are doing. Kasi parang I mean, it shows that you are truly about community.
Mhm.
Hindi lang para sa iyo.
Mhm.
It's not just to grow your channel, but to
Mhm.
grow a community. To point back to what Rich commented, which is really rich, 'di ba?
Mhm.
Uh, you know that you're not there just for yourself. You know, sometimes you're just so minded about your thing that you
Mhm.
forget to be part of a community, to build community is to
True.
also go where your people also attend, you know, where they also show up. In doing so, you are really beginning of the conversation that they have. Then you become connected more than just them as a follower, but you also as a content consumer of what it is that they also like. I think, you know.
Totoo, totoo yun. I can agree more kasi yun talaga yun eh. The effect of joining in a community, Lem, kung saan ko kayo nakilala din, di ba? Like Rich, nakilala ko, Angelo, nakilala ko, Lar, nakilala ko. I don't even know you back then, di ba? Na parang,
Yeah.
there's no way na makikilala ko kayo. Like, there's no way na magiging guest kita dito
Right,
without
right,
joining in that certain community, without
right, right,
reaching out to you guys, without typing na hello, hi.
right.
That makes a big difference na sometimes kasi yung kamay natin nakalaging bulsa eh, na parang
That's good,
lalabas lang
bro.
yung kamay natin pagka may kunin tayo. Pero minsan kapag
Wow.
gusto natin magbigay, nakakip lang. Nakita ko sa video yan, nandun lang sa bulsa. Kapag may gusto tumulong, dun lang sa bulsa. Pero once na nilabas mo yung kamay mo at binigay mo sa ibang tao yung meron ka, dun ka mag-grow din as a person.
That's good, bro. I really like that. Rich says I met you through Rob Palababas. Loco.
I, I don't wish Rob watch this live stream.
It's Rob Day in Canada.
Oh
It's
my God.
International Rob Day, Canadian
I,
Rob Day.
I remembered again the live stream yesterday.
Oh man, that
Ah,
was that was a little rough.
yeah.
Sometimes I wonder how Rob is able to kind of navigate it because he has such big following, almost
Mm.
5,000
Nga,
following, and
oo nga.
a lot more people see him as a mentor, as a
Mm.
teacher, you
Same
know.
with me.
And
Mm-hmm.
so when you see him struggle a little bit with audio, you wonder how does a person like him kind of take that in? Is he just like us that says, well, it is what it is, man. It's live, so let's continue going, you know? O nagsusweat ba siya you know, does he
Guys,
sweat a little bit?
watching you, Lem, and Rob yesterday is kind of cute. Like, you're panicking inside. I can see in your eyes, in Rob's eyes, that you're panicking inside. We're live. We're live, guys.
We are
And my
live.
all, oh,
We're what we call professionals. So
but we're all, our audio is not working.
I don't know what's
But,
going on with my boy Rob over there.
yeah. I hope he hopped in just for a few minutes. So, I mean, Lem, what are you doing right now?
When it comes to
I mean live, like right now. You're working or you're in a
no,
break
right
because of the
now
COVID?
because of the COVID situation, I'm off a little bit.
For how
We're
many days?
I think just this week, and the next week I'll
Okay.
start again.
Oh.
Um, because my work is careless. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. Nobody knows where I work
Dito.
anyway. Nobody knows where I work anyway. But
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
um, you know, they say that I was cleared from quarantine April 15th.
Mm.
So what's today, the 23rd? So that's about 7 days now. Um, so 7, 8 days, 8 days. So I mean, from that calculation, the New York health, from that calculation, I seem to be okay to be able to go back and do my thing. Um, you know, but yeah, today I'm not really doing much because we're looking to visit my father-in-law who's found himself back in the hospital. So I'm gonna drive us over there to Manhattan. My wife and her stepmother will visit with him, and I'll be in the car with the kids.
Okay. So, na-meet mo na yung family mo? I mean, na-quarantine ka, di ba? Na-isolate ka?
Mm-hmm.
And you're with your family right now?
Yeah, so like I said, in the 15th, they said I could do. I was the New York City health people told me that I could do whatever it is I want to do. But I stayed kind of quarantined for another 2 days, 2 or 3 days. But now I'm kind of just doing what it is. I took the test yesterday, so maybe sometime today or tomorrow I will be getting that result,
The result.
whether or not. But it's weird because I think I'm done. The fever is gone. Konti lang yung coughing ko. That bad taste in my mouth a little bit. The only issue is what Rich told me. Hindi ako nag-create ng content while I was dying.
Rich cannot talk to it because...
That's right. That's
Same.
right.
Same.
That's right. That's right.
He didn't bring his camera.
That's
his,
right.
proud brand camera.
That's right.
I
That's
can
right.
talk to
His
you, Rich, right now.
A7S3. You know?
Because you cannot answer me live.
Alam ko kung saan ka nagtatrabaho.
Where, Rich?
That's right. Rich, for the chops that he was trying to bust me with, or the chops that he was busting me with. I don't know how that would go, but he was busting my chops for not making any videos while I was dying. So I told him, well, you didn't make a video while you were in the ER. So there you go.
Quits. Yeah, just a tie, draw. No talking
right.
already.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
You cannot blame me.
That's right. Ano ka naman? When you were there ready to die, how come you didn't video yourself?
Right now, I'm here at the ER.
That's right. I'm in the ER. I'm about to die, but I'm a content creator, so I'm making my last moments to showcase to YouTube. It ever goes up to YouTube, who knows? But know that I am a content creator to the core, and I will, while I'm on my deathbed, I will create content.
Tapos may mga B-rolls pa, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Slow-mo,
the wheel passing by. Po yung mga pintuan na nagbubukas close. All of that, the surgical lights, dapat maganda mga B-roll yun, bro. Come on.
Come on, Rich.
You should have told your surgeon, Doc, kailangan nating gamitin yung GoPro ko, ha?
Sorry, Rich, you didn't hop in, so you're the topic right now. Oh my.
How many people are watching us?
It's 5 people, and it's already almost 1 a.m.
Almost
here.
1 a.m.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
man.
they're enjoying the live stream. Guys, what do you want to know about us?
Was it mukbanger? What's that?
Sabi, this is Angelo. It's Rich friend. He's laughing.
Mukbanger?
Yeah. He does the mukbang. You know mukbang, Lem?
No. What is that?
Mukbang is a parang food content na you will eat a lot of food in front of you with the ASMR feeling na maririnig mo pati pagnguya, paglunok, ganun.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And here I am thinking I can't. You know what? Bumili ako ng biko kahapon. And I was gonna go live while I was eating purple biko. I was like, guys,
ganun.
this is so good. This is so good. I want it. And then, nagising ako today. I looked for it in my fridge. Wala na. Kinain ng lahat ng pamilya ko. So, I have to go and buy some more from the Filipino store. You know how much it is? Konti lang ganitong size. $5.50, bro.
How much sa amin yun? Wait lang. I do
$5.50. That's 2,000. That's almost 2,000 pesos.
Okay. No, 260.
200 ang $5 lang. Hindi $50.
50.
Hello, sorry.
That is
Forget. I'm Filipino, but I don't know math.
Ay, nak.
Tagalog kasi. Hindi Bisaya. You see that guy from Crazy Rich Asians, the Chinese jokester?
No. I didn't watch pa yung
But I saw one of his stand-up. He says, you know, in America, we have a stereotype as Asians that we are, you know, mathematicians. You know, where we're from in Asia, we don't have that stereotype. We just do math. It's just math. We wake up and it's just math. What are you talking about? There's no stereotype. If you don't know math, you become bobo. So you know, so you're Asians. We just know math.
I remember the GIF or the meme, like the kid who's calculating, like.
Yes.
I might send in the group chat.
See the missing tooth. How do you say that channel? Sobrang haba ng channel name mo, bro. Tooth.
Namit ka daw niya sa
I
live
know.
ni Rich.
So which one?
Yung kasama daw sa walwal na halos
There were
2 AM na.
I know there were two guys and a lady.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one is which. Kasi si Rich, because he put the name differently, he named them differently in that live. So hindi ko naman nakilala. And I can't remember.
Ay, nako.
Because Rich is such a jokester.
Pwede ko nga pala baguhin yung name nyo dito.
Dude, I just found out. HIPAA regulations notwithstanding, Rich is Jokoy's cousin.
What?
That's what I heard.
Rich, is that true?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want anybody to know. Because now we're gonna ask for some utang.
Yeah. Chokoy! I'm watching Chokoy.
Bro, kung Filipino ka, hindi ka nag-watch ng Jokoy, man, you need to give me your Filipino card back. O kaya kung may friend ka na sabi sa'yo, oy, I love Filipino, you know, and they don't watch Jokoy, kailangan mo sabihin sa kanila.
Tawan-tawa ko sa mga jokes niya.
That's right. You're no longer gonna eat Tagalog or Filipino food until you watch Jokoy, a Jokoy skit or Jokoy stand-up of some kind. That, and you gotta make sure.
Sabi niya, siya daw yung walang ngipin sa harap.
Which one is that?
Joseph!
We gotta go back.
Jackson!
Join us again tonight for Rich's Live. So let's go all hang out over there. Jeff, ganun din. 9 o'clock ang mo naman 9 a.m. Saturday naman wala ka namang gagawin ng Saturday. Anong ginagawa mo ba Saturday 9 a.m.?
9 a.m. Nasa kama pa.
There you go.
Snoring.
So by the time 10 o'clock o kaya 11 o'clock come in, na gising ka na, then you could join the live.
And just inform me ahead of time para makagising ako maaga.
Ayun na nga, sinabi ko na nga sa'yo, ano pa ahead of time na to 24 hours.
Tomorrow?
Mamayang gabi dito sa Amerika. Tomorrow to you. Hindi, mamayang umaga.
I think they will set live again. Then I will join if they have live.
Do the Michael Jackson.
Hi, Ken. How are you? Late night din. Taga Philippines to, Lem.
The Way of Ken. I mean, I've got to follow these guys.
He is an artist. He drew a lot of parang digital art or minsan
Really?
hand
I love
painting.
digital art. Let me
Nagpe-paint siya sa
follow
Photoshop.
people. Let
Yep.
me follow people over here, man.
Yeah. Guys, anong gusto nyo pang malaman? International Creators Day daw ngayon, guys. Oh.
Yeah, ayun. Ako, magsasubscribe ako. The Way of King. The Way of Ken, nag-subscribe ako sa iyo, bro. Tingnan natin ulit si The Missing Toof. I probably have subscribed already if we were at the nagka-copy and paste lang ako dito sa YouTube so that I could follow my fellow Filipinos.
Sabi ni
Filipino
Rich, follow
creator.
me.
I already
Where,
follow
Rich?
you on.
Where?
Where are you going? All right, I am Missing Toof. Oh yes, I know my brother. Yes, he said nice
Na-remember
things
mo
about
na.
me. Thank you so much. Si
I don't
Joseph.
know if nandito pa si Mar, pero I think Lem.
Yeah,
ah,
Mar, I'm gonna go and follow Mar. The Art of Mar.
Yep. Sabi ni Mar, 5 head. Pinagtatawanan niya tayo sa 5 head natin.
Anong 5 head? Yung anong 5?
The
5 head.
five-
Yeah. Instead of
Instead
Alright.
of 4 head.
The Art of Mar. Naku, 5,000 subscribers.
Yes. Gustong-gusto ko rin yung content niya kasi yung content niya is
Oh, I
about
see that.
parang aesthetic
Crafts.
style. Yung parang, crafts, arts and crafts.
Teka lang.
What time are we leaving?
I thought you were waiting because you have the visits happen at 3 p.m., right? So you want to pick her up at 2? You want to pick him up at 2?
Guys, Lem is
Or 1:30.
being grilled.
So we just wait 2:15.
Okay.
That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so.
Because we're gonna pick up Janet and then go.
That sounds like a plan.
All
All
right.
right. I love you.
Oh,
Yo.
color cabinets.
What color are the cabinets?
Gray, blue.
Let's stay with the gray, no?
I think we're staying with the gray.
Yeah. Yo, I have a beautiful wife. If you guys have not seen my gorgeous wife, then you really
Follow.
when you see her, you will realize the kind of gifting the Lord has given me. Talagang the Lord loves me so much.
Yeah. I just realized it too right now. The Lord gave me a beautiful girlfriend.
A beautiful girlfriend,
Yeah.
nice. Make
Sabi nga-
make her a wife, man. What are you waiting for? Ilang taon na kayo nag-relationship?
Pag nagkamali ako ng sagot, Lem, kasalanan mo ha. Kasalanan mo
Kasalanan ko ba?
talaga.
How is it my fault? Kayo ikaw you're in the relationship and you can't remember how many years you guys been going out. Nako naman. Ako pa naging problema noon. How is it my fault? Rich, help me out here, man.
Diba? 5 years na.
Rich says, walang answer sa I love you.
One way pala.
One way, okay lang. The highway only goes one way sometimes. And you still get to your destination. Come on,
Yeah.
baby. 5 years?
Yeah. Since since college.
Bro, hindi ka ba yung nag-asawa? Bakit naman? Let's talk about this a little bit. Joseph, come on to the live, man. Let's grill our brother Jeff. Why in the world do you have a girlfriend that's 5 years and you say you love her and yet you have not made her a wife? So come on, tell me what's going on. I wanna know
Right
this.
now-
Teka lang. Lagyan natin ng music. Sige.
Or piano. Dr. Love. We're in the radio right now and you're tuning in 101.95. We're telling the story of Lem. Joke lang.
We are telling the story of Jeff and how he's had 5 years of being in a relationship with this woman who have been faithful for the last 5 years, and yet he has not made her a wife. So we want to know right now. Bakit naghihintay siya to tell this girl
Naging, naging radio ad na to.
Bakit niya hindi pa how come he has not asked her for her hand in marriage? Jeff, ano ba problema niya?
Hindi.
Does she
Syempre-
have a mole in a particular place that you don't like?
No.
Does she
Di ba,
snore when she sleep?
Sa Philippines kasi, di ba, yung
Testimony
budget,
time, Joseph said. Testimony time.
the budget, the planning. Kasi I see it, Lem, di ba, since I'm a Christian, so once na niligawan mo isang girl, that leads to marriage talaga, di ba? Na
Yeah.
parang hindi mo
Not 5
pwedeng
years later.
sabihin na
Not 5 years
experiment
later,
lang
dapat
to,
2 years.
ganun.
Dapat 2 years at most.
Experiment lang to or gusto kong i-try ganun. Hindi siya ganun eh. So, I see it
That's
as a
right.
marriage. So, sabi ko nun, she's the one already. Yes.
So
She's the one.
so let's say this, okay? Let's do drama. Let's do drama right now. Baby Jeff, gusto ko na mag-asawa tayo. Bakit mo naman ako hindi po pa how do you say ask the question? Ba't hindi mo ba ako ini-engage? Why aren't you ask me to be engaged yet? Don't you love me?
Hindi, napag-usapan naman namin yon.
Yeah.
Hindi, kasi di ba sa Philippines, hindi lang yung, kumbaga, the thought of marriage, yes, maganda, but the responsibility after the marriage, yun yung medyo doubtful pa if we can.
Doubtful? Nako naman
I
kung
mean-
doubtful ang marriage, why you with her?
No, the budget, yung cost of living,
Di ba mas cheap kung kayong dalawa are living together providing one salary for the home, paying for one bill. Right now you're paying for two bills. You're paying for two light bills, you're paying for two apartments, you're paying for different bills. Kung isa lang kayong dalawa diyan in one house, you're only paying for one light bill, one water bill. If that is the case, you know, isa lang rent nyo. I mean, I don't understand.
isa na
Bakit
lang sagot ko dyan.
tayong magdagaging
Alam mo ang
dalawa?
sagot dyan, Lem?
Yeah.
We're still praying for it.
Nako naman! That's a cop out! Cop out! Cop out! Cop out!
Top out!
Cop out! Cop out! Tap out! My wife, as soon as I shared with her my thoughts and my feelings, when I told her I loved her and I want to live the rest of my life with her, I didn't care. Wala pa nga akong trabaho doon dati. But I signed contracts believing that God will provide. Kasi ang love namin talagang true. At saka real. And it will stand the test of time. Tingnan mo nga, blessed talaga ng Panginoon. We got married a year later after I shared with her my thoughts in my heart. And God provided everything that I needed. Ang ganda ng namin. I didn't have any money. Even the night of my wedding, we owed $3,000. But that same night, it was paid for because our hearts were correct and we wanted to do what's right in the sight of the Lord.
Rich, Lem, alam mo, baka magulat yung nanay ko, yung tatay ko, baka kinabukasan na, Ma, gusto ko na magpakasal.
Bro, tunay, man. You know, when I said to myself, I'm gonna make this girl my wife, I didn't have any money for a ring. I don't even know how I was able to get the money for a ring. And then when I said, okay, when I got engaged with her February 5th, 2004, we were gonna get married August 5th, 2004. Yung mga tao, di ba? Oh, I'll engage you. 7 years later, engaged pa rin sila. No, I'm engaged here to get married. So, 6 months later, we were married. Bro, seriously, I did not have a job. I did not have any money, but I went and signed contracts with vendors. I signed a contract with a reception hall. I signed a contract with beachfront property. I signed a contract for two limos. I only had down payments of a few $100s. I will give them $100 there. I give them $100 there. I didn't have a job until June. Somebody called me and said, "Hey, I'm looking for your brother." And I said, "Oh, he's not here, but I'm looking for a job." They said, "Okay, we'll hire you." Bro, I work 60 hours a day. But the Lord provided. You know why? Because my heart was right. And I wasn't trying to play games. Tunay sa puso ko. Gusto ko maging asawa siya. That's why.
Sabi niya siguro naman nanonood, ano ito pinapanood namin? That.
Hindi ganyan talaga, man. And you'll see this in business. You'll see this in business. Anything you set your mind to, it seems like the universe, or in our place, God begins to work for you. Why? Because you put your mind together. People in business, they do the same thing. People get onto business and they say, "You know what? We don't really have money, but I believe in this product. I believe in what I'm doing, and I'm gonna go for it." And you find out, people start giving to you, start believing in your dream. They start sponsoring you. They start supporting you because they believe in what you believe. The issue is we really don't believe. Ang problema natin yan eh. Because if we really believe, we would make things happen. Things will happen.
Yes.
So for those that and somebody on this broadcast probably makikita natin na they believed in their business, they believed in the growth of what they're doing, and they put their head down, and later on 6 months later, I have a friend of mine who says that they're gonna have 100,000 followers by the end of this year. And so they put their head down, and now in a few months they already have 1,000 followers. So it's a matter of setting your goals, being driven by it, and being focused. It's for business, it's for marriage. If you decide, you know what, I'm gonna make this happen. I'm gonna make this wedding happen this year. You'll be surprised at what happens. Set the intention. Yeah. You know what they said, Joseph? Somebody said this. You have a vision, God will give you the provision. You set a vision, God will give you the provision. Ang problema natin talaga, hindi natin nagsiset ang vision natin. We are flimsy. Parang ano tayo, we're like a man tossed in the waves in the sea. Walang ano. You don't have any sails. Walang direction. At least, yung katulad ng mga boy band dun sa 90s, One Direction. At least have one direction.
Oy, millennial. Yeah, that's true, Lem. Kasi sometimes if we don't have goals na parang vision and we don't write it down or live with it, hindi talaga, pray for it, hindi talaga siya mangyayari.
I think this is what happens, right, Jeff? If you don't have established vision, fear creeps in. Fear takes over where vision is supposed to be. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Somebody said, "Oh, you did it all by faith." Hindi naman ako nag-iisip, "Oh, I'm gonna do this by faith." Hindi naman ako nag-iisip. What I was thinking about was the end result. I'm gonna marry this girl in August, and I want her to have a nice party. Ayan lang sa isip ko. I'm not saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this by faith." Wala naman sa isip ko yun. I didn't even think, "Oh, God will provide." All I know is this is what I want. And so I signed. Because I believe that God sees your faith. Your faith is expressed not by your mouth. Your faith is expressed by your work. Kasi sabi nga ni James, show me your faith by your works unless it's dead. So your faith is not expressed by what you're saying. Faith is expressed by what you do. Do you really believe? Do you really believe that you're a content creator? Do you really believe that you can make money off of YouTube? Do you believe that you can really monetize the spaces that you're in? If you really believe that, you won't even think, oh, how can I? You just do. Because your mind is now established to see the thing that you believe, and it will happen. You forecasted it into the world, and God just sees your faith. He's a God of faith. So that's the currency of heaven. Faith is the currency of the divine. You want to see miraculous things? Walk in faith. I believe in 100% Pogi. That's right.
No.
Nung isilang ka sa mundong ito,
Tama yun kasi
hintuan ng magulang mo,
if hindi mo talaga
tangkamay
siya
nila'y.
sinisi na parang yun nga, yung you don't have any plans of getting married, hindi talaga siya mangyayari, no?
That's right.
Like, yeah, we have plans, Lem, and I think we're just waiting for something. Hindi, alam namin kung ano yung wini-wait namin, or ako, kasi I just need to somehow, hindi ko pwede sabihin dito because
Hipa.
personal, oo.
It's personal, katulad kay Rich. It's
It's
personal.
really personal. But
Personal.
I get the point, and that's a really good
Secret.
point, Lem, diba? Na you really need to have this concrete vision, this concrete goal, even if it's not about marriage, it's about content creation. Then tama ka na sinabi na if you have this goal na this amount of subscription, amount of videos na i-upload, if you have really that goal set in mind, gagawin mo eh. Gagawin mo yung mga action plans for you to be able to get that. And yung journey through that, magugulat kayo miracle of God na sabi, hindi ko to kaya eh. Hindi ko to kayang gawin ng mag-isa lang ako. Pero how did I do that? How did I succeed doing this kind of thing? That's the miracle of how God provides through the journey, through the walk, papunta dun sa goal and vision natin.
Meron bang HGTV dun sa Pilipinas? Meron ba kayo HGTV? Parang home garden television. Yung mga mga parang they rebuild a house, they buy a house, and then they fix it up. Ano bang ganyan?
Wala. I don't know, Lem, kasi for the past few years, I think hindi kami nanonood na ng TV.
Yeah, I know. Same
Pero
here.
YouTube,
But I love
diba?
that. So dito sa Amerika, meron mga show sila na mga tao na bibili ng bahay na burak-burak. Is that the right word? It's all broken up, 'di ba? Tapos they go and rehab it. That's one tawag nila, nag-rehab nila. So, a lot of times, makikita mo yung sa story, as the story goes on, nawala sila ng pera, merong problema nag-arise, kunyari yung plumbing, o kaya yung foundation, o kaya yung electric, merong mga problema. Makikita mo, pagpasok nila sa plano na, we're gonna fix this house up, madaming problemang nag-arise, madaming problemang lumulusot. Is that right? Did I say it right? So, kikita mo na ko, anong gagawin nila? What are they gonna do? But at the end of the show, man, always, they find a way to fix it. Something happens. They find some missing, some things. The budget was not, it didn't go over as much as they thought, so they had a little bit more money, enough money to fix that item. O kaya, the city says, oh, you don't need to fix that. That's part of the house. Merong mga, somehow, some way, there is an answer sa problema nila. And you wonder, this is every single time. Every single time na nagwa-watch ako, may problema, they were able to meet the problem. How come? Kasi yung mga tao na driven by the limitations that they already set for themselves, which is the budget, but driven for the completion of the job. Right? And you realize, wow, Hindi naman nila nakikita horrible ending. But for the most part, what they show is the journey parang ganon.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
and you see that sometimes in even small videos. Kunyari, I was watching Mr. Beast, you know, he said,
Yeah.
oh, he's ran out of money. And then his sponsor puts in another 10 grand or what have you. Parang ganun din tayo dapat eh. We have to go out
Mm.
there and go out there. And if you fail, katulad na sinabi ni Rich, even if you fail miserably, sometimes the failure is the best thing that can happen to you
Yep.
because you learn. And as long as you're learning,
Mhm.
kahit anong problema mo, as long as the end of the day, even if the problem, quote unquote, wasn't solved, but you
Mhm.
grew another level, you became a better person,
Mhm.
you know, it was worth the journey. Ay nako, Jeff, single life is good. Wait.
Alam mo yung ano, yung vision na parang merong angel dito, merong devil.
Si
May
Rich yan.
animation, gumaganon. Tapos ikatrap ko yung mukha nyo. I-edit ko nga mamaya. Joke lang. No, just kidding, Rich. Tama, Lem. Kasi, yun eh. Tama, yun yung point na talaga na if you don't really have the goal set in mind, na parang, eto talaga, yung gusto kong gawin, gusto kong makamit, etong date na to, as much as specific na pwede kang mong ilagay, hindi mo magagawa eh. Kasi parang sabi mo nga, if wala kang goal, lutang ka eh, na parang, saan
Yeah.
ako pupunta? Saan
Right.
ko gustong pumunta? Eto gusto kong gawin. Eto gusto ko rin gawin. Eto gusto kong gawin. You don't have the, etong gagawin ko to, hindi to papunta sa goal ko. No. Parang ganon. And, what's good about our parang faith, Lem, is, nag-ano tayo eh, nagpo-push through no matter how hard yung pinagdadaanan natin. And, yun, napaisip na naman ako doon sa marriage.
It's time, bro. It's time.
Nung
It's time.
before pandemic, yan, napapag-usapan, I'm just transparent here, guys, because you're my subscribers, and later on, makikita nyo rin naman tong story na to in the future, di ba, na married life, ganyan. But, yes, napapag-usapan namin yung marriage as a couple, and I think that's the good thing na napapag-usapan siya. Kasi if, tama no, Lem, if hindi nyo napapag-usapan, hindi nyo nasiset yung parameters or yung goal nyo in life, that's worse than parang hindi talaga, mas better yung napag-usapan kaysa sa hindi napapag-usapan. Kasi
You don't know-
at least, merong goal eh.
You know what I find, bro, kung what talagang establish, sometimes, you know, your plan for a year becomes 5 years because you're not established really sa ano mo. You're not set to complete that goal.
Tama.
And then you will find that 5 years becomes 10 years. And then you
10 years.
realize, why did I
It's too
even,
late.
why did I even, and then yung ano mo na parang your strength to do anything is gone. Because time will pass by. You know, goals will be there, but time continues. So, you know, you can either go for it, because you will be left behind by the time. And by the time you know, you're like, oh, I wanna do my content and provide, you know, an increase in my subscribers this year. But if you're not pursuing that, time will pass by, and then you will find yourself being that casual YouTuber for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That casual YouTuber that just goes on whenever, and people don't know when you're gonna show up, and they don't know when you're gonna put a video down. You know, it's just your subscribers are just there, and they're not unsubscribing because you haven't done anything dumb, but you know why they actually subscribe is no longer
The reason.
is no longer a reason. And so you're, you know, when you go on live, you become irrelevant to their life. So unless you're really pursuing, man, every day, I always go back to Mr. Beast because he's the only one that I really was listening to, because he obviously has over 60 million subscribers. And he always says, "Yo, my whole life is YouTube."
Mhm.
You know, that's anything. You want to be successful in ministry, your whole life has got to be about ministry. You know, you want to be successful musician, your whole life has got to be about music. You want to be a successful painter, your whole life has got to be about painting. You know, you want to be a successful husband, your life has got to be being a successful husband. Um, you know, you can't. This is not just sidelines, because once sideline happens, time passes by, and you find yourself doing really nothing substantial in the process, because time has passed on and you did not determine to make do with what you have in your time.
Tama, Lem. Kasi, yun kapag hindi ka focus dun sa isang bagay, hindi mo siya makakamit. Yan yung mistake na learn ko during yung journey and experiences even sa work, na parang, gusto ko tong gawin. Gusto ko
Right.
to. Gusto ko to. Gusto ko rin to. Then, marirealize ko, 3 years has gone. Parang ganun. Na
Yeah, bro.
wala akong natapos. Wala akong nagawa.
Na-accomplish, yeah.
Yep. And that's the reason kung bakit ako ngayon masyadong keen sa pagkakaroon ng goal. Hindi yung super focus na ito lang. Kasi minsan masama din yun sobrang, alam mo yun?
Hyper-focused.
Hyper-focus ka dun. But I make sure na meron akong certain path na gustong tahakin.
Yeah.
Na parang I want this kind of life, I want this kind of goal. Dito ako magsisettle. Unlike nung mga bata-bata pa ako, Lem, na parang, hindi, gusto ko rin to. Gusto ko rin ganitong goal, yan, ganyan. Gusto ko rin maging tennis player, badminton, ganyan. Gusto ko rin, alam mo yun, sobrang...
Yeah. Left and right.
Yan, hard lesson sa buhay na parang wala, nagawa ko siya, yes, nag-enjoy ako, but parang feeling ko wala akong na-accomplish. And
Yeah.
that's why sobrang keen ako ngayon na every time na may gagawin akong action, dapat it will lead dun sa gusto kong goal.
That's good.
Na parang, i-ask ko ngayon na, okay, may bibilin akong ganito. Sa budgeting din, di ba? May bibilin akong ganito. Does it parang fit dun sa gusto kong gawin sa buhay ko?
Yeah.
Just parang investment, 'di ba? Sa mga gear na natin, ini-invest sa photography, sa videography. Does this make my work even lighter, or I just want this because I want it? Parang ganun. So, yun yung naging parang tawag dito, yung thinking process ko ngayon, thought process ko na if I will make a decision, I need to make sure that decision will affect the path na gusto kong tahakin. Parang ganun. Yun yung
That's good,
natutunan ko. And in terms of marriage, yes, I'm transparent, Lem, na I think because of pandemic then and some cause, but I'm certain that I want to be a married person with my girlfriend right now, and that's 100% sure. But the time, I cannot disclose it because it will not be a surprise, no, Lem.
I have yung when I was looking to get married, it was because I could not see her go off into her mother's house while I go back to my house. I couldn't do it anymore. You know, I couldn't be apart. I wanted to make sure that she was with me when I woke up, and she was with me when I go to sleep. And that's really where I was. And I'm not trying to be romantic or anything, but ganyan talaga eh. Because I was like, you know, as a man of faith, we're supposed to be celibate and not supposed to be engaging in premarital sex and things of that nature. So, you know, I wanted not only that, obviously I wanted that, but I wanted to be able to be with her at all times. So I guess I was really in love, and I still want the same thing. You know, I still want to make sure. Even now, 17 years, we're about to make 17 years this year, 2004.
17 nga ba?
Yeah.
Joke lang.
2004, di ba?
Gumaganti,
My math. Tagalog ako, di ba? Hindi ako mga Bisaya. My math.
Gumaganti lang ako.
So 17 years. Yeah, and that's it's the same feeling.
Mhm.
But it's the same feeling. I cultivate that feeling,
Mhm.
Jeff. Hindi ako I work on that feeling. I cultivate it. I remember how I felt. I try to remember and reconsider how I viewed her when we were younger. And that's what I keep aflame in my heart.
Mhm.
Kasi katulad naman ng, like I said about being bored with your
Mhm.
content.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have to remember why you're creating the content. You have to remember
The root.
why you started. You know,
Mhm.
bakit bakit mo ginawang, the first time you did what you did.
Mhm.
And you got to remember your reason, your purpose
Mhm.
to creating that content. The
Mhm.
same thing when it comes to marriage or business or any other thing. You have to remember. Katulad ng sa ministry, I have to remember, why am I doing this for?
Mhm.
Sometimes you get to a point where, I'm just preaching. People are giving me offering tithes. It's good, but you remember why you did it for. You did it because you love people. You did it because you see people are hurting, and you believe you have an answer for the hurting, and you have an answer for people that are lost. you
Mhm.
know and then you see people's lives, they change in front of your eyes, and you remember, that's the reason why I preach Jesus. That's the reason why I preach healing through faith. Because people are broken and they're lost. There were people that were actually gonna commit suicide, and
Mhm.
they didn't commit suicide because they heard us singing in the ferry, or they heard us share the gospel, and so
Mhm.
their life was changed because they heard the message. So you remember that, and you by doing so, you give yourself renewed desire to do what you're
Mhm.
doing. And the same thing when it comes to marriage. When you start considering why you married your wife, and what made her so awesome, and why you wanted to live the rest of your life with her, then you start remembering, oh, that's right. And your passion reignite, and you give
Mhm.
yourself a reason. You don't no longer see her as this person that was nagging me last night, but you
Mhm.
saw her as this person that you love, and that you
Mhm.
desire to be with for the rest of your life.
Mhm.
um and it becomes peachy keen,
Yeah.
because now it's not just trying to do the same thing over again. You say, oh, I wish we were younger. We used to say that. Oh, baby, imagine if it was just us and not the kids. Of course, then we think, of course, life would be less without the kids, but it would be
Mhm.
really nice. We would travel, we would do all of that stuff, and it's just be us. But you realize, what, this is the same person you said I do, or you said yes to, and it becomes beautiful all over again. You know what I mean? Meron
Yeah.
nga akong picture sa telepono ko, bro. Look at this. This was her when we were younger, ba?
Hmm?
I get a little weird because she was maybe 19 then, and
Mhm.
I'm now 47, so I'm looking at a 19-year-old. But I'm a little weird, but I think of it. I consider when I was younger, I was like, oh man, she is hot. Yo, she
Mhm.
was so gorgeous. I wanted to
Mhm.
make sure nobody else got her but me. And then I remember it now, and I say, oh, I got to make sure that she feels like she's a hot mamacita now, and that
Mhm.
she is so beautiful still, and that she's still
Mhm.
gorgeous even after 4 kids.
Mhm.
So that's I make it my mantra, and that's how, at least for me, that's how I continue having that fire for
Alam
my
mo,
wife
Lem,
even 17
right
years
now,
later.
I realize na the community that the I mean the result, or paano ba to? Yung bunga na nakuha ko dun sa community
Mhm.
is more than na ginusto ko. And right now, listening to you, Lem, I feel like I have a kuya. Or right now, I feel like I have a kuya that guides me whenever parang yung mag-enter ka sa marriage. Kasi di ba,
Yeah,
bihira mo marinig yung mga ganitong usapan sa
that's right.
normal people.
Yeah.
And this kind of value na binigay mo sa amin ngayon, right now, sa live stream na to, it's not yeah, we're talking about content creation right now. We're creators and we're celebrating it right now. But
Yes,
this kind of
yes.
value na binigay mo sa akin, I feel like I'm your younger brother na you're giving a golden advice whenever parang pag dumating ako dun sa married life. Kasi na-realize ko lang ngayon na sometimes point in time na our faces will change,
Yeah.
our parang the way we talk, the relationship grows, there comes the hard times, but yung sinabi mo kanina na you're going back dun sa root and the reason why you have the picture in your phone and parang sabi ko, yes, we need to work it out na tama si Kuya Lem. Kuya Lem. Tama si Lem na it doesn't come out naturally. We need to work it out and I will keep that in mind, Lem, for the rest of my life na it's not always about the feeling but the commitment. I always believe in that na if I don't feel good right now, it's not because I don't love her, but I need to work it out na I need to go back dun sa root kung bakit ko siya minahal, kung bakit mo siya pinakasalan, mga ganon. So, thank
Yeah,
you
I
for
like
that.
what you say. I like the use of your word root, diba?
Mhm.
I'll tell you a story. My mom, who's been in the church for a long time, long time. So one day I had an invite for a pastor to come and teach. So he was teaching, and she tells the story that while he was teaching, she said in her mind, "Ano ba naman to? I've been in the Lord for so long. What does this guy have to tell me that I don't know?" So she went to the back of the church building, and then she said she heard God's voice, and the voice told her, "Even the oldest tree requires new rain." Wow. Wow. Wow,
The
wow, wow.
the time na kinonsider nating alam na natin yung lahat, no? Doon nag-stop yung growth eh.
That's right.
Na parang, alam ko na to, so hindi ko napapakinggan to. But then again, God will rebuke you na, hey, you don't know anything.
And
Ano ganun.
ang ano na talaga yung what I got from that, you see the oldest trees over where Rich lives. Well, he's a little northern in Yosemite. May mga buha. What's tree? I forget.
Puno.
May mga punong dong na 3,000 years old.
Mhm.
Do you know in order for them to continue living, they still have to get rain. That means 3,000 years of rain has to continue. Rain is boring. It's the same thing over and over again, but sometimes you need the same boring thing in order for you to stay rooted, you know? And sometimes like content creators like ourselves, we don't like the boring.
Mhm.
We don't like doing the same thing over and over again.
Mhm.
But the issue becomes is that that's what establishes you.
Mhm.
That's what keeps your roots strong. For instance, with our wife or with our spouse, loving them the way you loved them the very first time. The same rain that got the fire started when you were younger. The first time you sat next to them and you said, "Hi, oh, you're so pretty," or "Oh, talaga, can I talk to you? Can I date you? Can I?" And then the first time you held their hand, you remember that? So the first time you held their hand, it was like fire. So now you're holding their hands, like for me holding their hands 19 years later, and it's like, oh, it's like old hands. But now we're walking and I just say, man, this is so beautiful. It's because it's that initial rain. Don't neglect that rain. Don't neglect that initial rain. The issue with a lot of us, the reason why there's divorces, the reason why, well, relationships fail, is not because you didn't love each other the first time. It's because you forgot why you loved each other the first time.
Wala akong masabi kasi that's
That's what you
so
call
ano
lem
parang
drops. Lem drop. Kaya naman tawag palang lem drops eh.
boom. Ting! Boom. I mean, that's a very heartfelt advice, Lem. Kasi Yun yung minsan nakakalimutan natin. And also, yung ano na, siguro kaya rin natin to nasasabi, kaya rin natin to na-feel because we felt God's love. Sabi nga 'di ba na we cannot express our love to others, especially to our wife. To our wife, to our wife if we don't felt the love first. So I yun. Thank you, Lem, for those kind words and heartfelt words.
Yeah,
I
I
really
think it's the
appreciate
same
it.
in everything, bro. Kasi I think for me, it's all this, it's all the same. It's basis, di ba? Kasi mentality yan eh.
Mm,
So a lot of times we like to push into the new, kasi that's the reason why people cheat because they want the new.
mm,
Ang problema, man, is the new will always become old.
yeah.
Give it enough time. Time will make every new thing old. So what are you gonna do if you're gonna live your life pursuant of the new all the time? You will not be enriched by what the old brings.
Mhm,
And so katulad ng mga gear natin.
mhm,
You're always after the new, after the new, after the new. You won't really be able to maximize what the old provides.
mhm,
But life is not like gear
mhm.
where there's actually moving parts and things will
Mm,
fall apart. The real moving part is our mind.
yeah.
When your mind begins to disparage the old and just love on the new, you will realize you will be lost. You don't have history. The new brings in no history. It's the old that brings in history. The new don't bring memories. It's the old that brings memories. It's the new does not bring any old time feeling.
Mhm,
New songs don't bring old feelings. It's the old songs that bring those feelings back. So, kailangan talaga natin embrace the mundane, embrace the repetitive, embrace the old, and rejoice that you are capable of establishing your mind and being confident that you are consistent in your commitment to be the person. Champions are not made by doing new things all the time. Champions are made by repeating old things several times.
true to that. And same with yeah, segue ko, no? Same with the content creation kasi
Yes.
the importance of looking back, mahalaga eh. Kasi if you don't look back, hindi mo makikita yung progress. Yung tama
Yeah.
ka doon, hindi mo ma-feel yung reminiscing part na
Yeah.
dati ganito lang ako. Then you will appreciate the growth.
The growth, right?
Yeah. If you're always looking for the new subscriber, you're always looking for the new production value, you will not appreciate the growth that you've become, the growth that you've had kasi
Yeah.
you're not looking dun sa progress yung sa journey dun sa nakaraan mo na
That's true,
dati ito
bro.
lang yung nagagawa ko pero ngayon grabe laki na pala ng difference, no?
Right.
So as a content creator, sometimes you need to have those reminiscing part na for you to be able to bring back the fire, to ignite that small fire within you na like love, 'di ba? Na pag hindi mo hinalungkat yung dati yung pagsasama na
Well, I
ganito
like
kayo
that word.
ka-sweet,
I like that Tagalog word,
'di ba?
hinalungkat. Wow, that's good. I like that word.
If you don't dig up those memories, hindi mo
Yeah.
ma-appreciate yung kung ano yung meron kayo ngayon. And same with content creations. Grabe. Yung feeling kaya ako minsan Lem, pag may time lang ako, pinapanood ko yung mga dati kong video and minsan cringy na nakakahiya ako, sobrang embarrassing, ganyan. Pero grabe pala yung development ng pagsasalita ko in front of the camera. Kasi dati talaga, hindi ako makatingin sa camera, talagang shy, ganyan. Kung ano-ano mga pinagsasabi, hindi well-organized yung thought. Then, I come to realize na this is what I want. This is what I love. And dun babalik yung, yes, gagawin ko yung gusto kong gawin. And, ayan, God will provide you new ideas. God will refresh you. God will reignite the fire within you. Same with love.
I hear Boys to Men. Darling, I can't explain where did we lose our way. It's driving me insane. When I open up my eyes and face reality, every moment without you feels like eternity. I can't get you back on my knees, although we've come
Kukunin ko na ano
to the
kukunin ko na yung
end of the road.
time. Ay, mali pa. End of
Still I can't let you go. It's unnatural. You belong, I belong to you. Come to the end of the road. Bro, it's 1:30 in the morning over there.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I think
Kailangan ko na umalis.
we need to end this one. And do you have any message to our fellow content creators out there?
I thought you were gonna say to our congregation.
Wait, closing prayer na ba, Pastor? Magpe-play na ako ng music. Wait lang, prayer na pala.
Right. Altar service na amen.
Joke lang. Okay. Any advice to our fellow content creators out there na who want to pursue content creation since it's International Content Creators Day?
International Content Creators Day, go and do what you love.
Yeah, that's it, di ba?
That's it.
That's the reason why we're creating videos. We're doing what we love. Yan.
That's right.
Gusto
That's
ni
right.
Rich, love ni Rich ang 100k subs. So,
There you go. Yes, same. Stay pogi, Rich.
yeah. Thank you,
You'll get
Lem.
there.
Lem, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And
Oh, I'm glad to be here, bro. I appreciate it
this
so much.
live will be boring. I think this live ended up 1 hour earlier. That is, kung hindi ka pumasok kanina, it would end up 1 hour earlier. And
That's right.
I think sobrang natuwa ako sa kwentuhan. It's not about the views, it's not about the engagement, the stats after this live session, but the kwentuhan and being a kuya to me, Lem. So I do
I'm
appreciate
here. I
your
appreciate you, bro.
advices, and I do pray na maging okay ka na, and let's declare it na maging yung healing na
Yeah.
it's
For my
negative.
father-in-law, bro. I appreciate that for my father-in-law.
Yeah. We will
Yeah.
pray for that. Just send me the name and we'll put in our prayer request list.
One. Tingnan mo nga. Hispanic ang ano ko father-in-law ko.
Oh, okay.
He's from Bolivia.
Anong name?
Juan
Juan lang? Juan.
Rodriguez. Nako, super Hispanic.
Bro, parang Filipino.
Nga, Juan Rodriguez.
Di ba?
hindi
Filipino di ba?
hindi rab palabas. Palabas.
Oh my. Okay. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's live session, and you're
We love you
seeing-
guys. Thanks
you're
for
seeing
hanging out
Lem
with us.
right here. Subscribe to his channel and marami kayong value na makukuha. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Once again, this is Geronimo. Thank you for watching.